adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, you are currently out somewhere, you're not exactly sure where, on the Endless Pinnacle.
On the Roll20, stupid. I was like, why can't I see anything? It's because I'm not even on the freaking website.
Nice job. Nice job.
Oh, God.
It's one of those days.
100 episodes, baby.
100 episodes. Can't even play the game.
All right. Sorry. I mean, sorry for excuse me.
You're fine. It's okay. I'm actually on redundancies today. My Bluetooth died, and so I'm running wired today. So
Gotcha.
I've got redundancies for redundancies, just to make sure. But you guys are currently at the Endless Pinnacle, a floating island that is legendary in nature as being the lair and home of the great good dragon called Emery, who has been resurrected thanks to the sacrifice of the party, and more personally, Echo Rex, who died in the process, having had his eyes and heart torn from his body. He died. And our last session was conducted resurrecting him and gaining entry to the Endless Pinnacle itself. Now you are within and have gotten a long rest. As you guys wake up fully rested, what would you like to do as you have access to the entirety of the Pinnacle, as far as you know, and have you're a little low on supplies. You've discussed going and investigating Ricard's backstory and what's going on with him, but the world is yours.
Well, so the thing is, I think before we took the long rest, Rose actually, because while the others were exploring the caverns, she was going to go and see if she can climb to the top of that blue little pillar up there.
Yes.
You know,
as you attempted climb, we said you were going to attempt to, and I wanted to get an athletics check from you to go up there.
All right.
Ricard would follow her out there if she's going to try that.
Awesome.
All right.
So let's get an athletics check from you as well.
Because of Judica, I can use my acrobatics.
Awesome. So Ricard has no problems.
Tessudide will be standing at the base of what they're climbing with a scowl on his face and holding a mop and a bucket for in case the inevitable happens.
But yeah, like as they're getting up to or getting close to one of the cliff faces at the bottom, as she starts stretching, she looks over at Ricard and just says, "Do you want to join me?"
Yeah, I think I would like to. Ascendant of the Endless Pinnacle has a nice ring to it, I think.
Certainly does. I think something that I'm looking for can be found up there.
Well, if you don't mind the company, I'd be happy to join you.
She, she looks at him, because he's still wearing like the full plate armor.
Yes.
Is he gonna climb the mountain while wearing it?
He can technically walk up the wall.
Yeah. But that's cheating. But
it doesn't matter to him.
Yeah. So she takes off, Star Shatterer, puts it down. She even takes off, casts the Infinite Slayer, puts it next to it, takes off her backpack and all that stuff. She unties her hair, the ring at the end of her hair to let it loose. And she changes her clothes to be from more of that basically dress that she's wearing to something more mountain climby, I suppose.
As a question, she has this exceedingly long braid when she's got the ring in. How long is Sweet August Rose's hair without the braid in?
It goes down to like almost her mid calf. It's pretty long. It used to be short when she joined the party, but timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. It's about like 3 years of hair growth, but we'll just ignore that. And it's it's down to like almost her feet. For the people who haven't who joined recently, I will post her art in the Discord. While it takes me a moment to actually find where I put it on my computer. But yeah, that she's stretching as she gets ready to start climbing, and yeah, she's going to start climbing up this mountain without cheating as much as she can, just pure free climbing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys can easily climb up the mountain. The air out there is very thin, but because of the blessing that you've received, you do not need to roll a Constitution saving throw while at the pinnacle. It's very hard climbing. However, with your athletics and acrobatics checks, you don't have a problem. You're able to find the correct handholds and generally make your way up to the top. It will take hours, though.
Oh yeah, she's not going to come down anytime soon. So if the party wants to do stuff, they can, because she's probably going to be up there for days. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So once she gets to the top, like, how tall roughly is this? Because I imagine this blue part is
Yes.
Is it like crystal or?
It is a emanation of light from within what at one point had been a volcano.
Okay, so it's still rock, but the light is so bright it's shining through the rock, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Or it's radioactive.
Yeah, it's thorium. Yeah. Yeah. Once she gets to the top, she is just gonna, breathe, taking the sights, breathe it in, and she's just gonna smile as she looks out at the world. How, like, so Eric, in terms of most mountain ranges in Toivoa, like,
Yes.
is this one of the taller ones, or?
Well, since it's flying, you
Yeah,
are
it's
higher
fine.
up. It is not as high as some of the higher peaks, but it is exceedingly high.
because it cheats because it can fly.
Correct.
Yeah.
It gets an additional height boost. If the widest point of the island were to be at ground level, it would not be as high as the tallest mountain.
Yeah, some of the taller mountains in the various mountain ranges across the continent. Yeah, once she gets up to that top area, she's going to sit down, and start meditating.
I think that because Ricard kind of could just like naturally walk up the wall, essentially, he kind of relies on his basically his Dampier capabilities to get around most of the time. So he's not as good of shape as Rose is. So when we get to the top, he's like just completely fucking out of breath, and he just like looks over at you. He's like, "Damn, you're in good shape."
she really is. Yeah, it's right living. You can be too if you put the right amount of discipline into it.
Discipline. That's something my father would have liked me to have as well.
Tell me about him.
I mean, he was a busy man. I don't know what he's up to now. He kind of took Karth from nothing and built it up into a pretty respectable city-state kind of thing,
I'm going to do you a favor just to assist you here, Ricard. I'm going to show you something. I'm not showing anyone else this, but there you go. That might assist you.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, sure.
Here's another thing that might assist you.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, Karth was kind of a shithole before my dad took it over from a tyrant and built it up into a bustling center of trade and an otherwise kind of desolate place. He was always very busy, as I said, really good at it. He was constantly improving Karth, but wasn't really around much, like I didn't really learn a lot from him. I had teachers and such, but I don't know. I kind of just goofed off whenever I was younger, so I don't
She,
think he respected me in a way.
that's interesting. Why do you think he didn't respect you?
You know, honestly, I think it's this asshole Malachi. He was his assistant. It's kind of like, I suspect he was whispering in his ear, telling him bad things about me. But I didn't really, I didn't really do myself any favors. I kind of just goofed off and got into trouble most of the time. Mom also tried to keep me in my place. You know, she taught me how to play play the lute, and you know, she taught me the ways of royalty and all that kind of stuff. But it's all boring. I just wanted to explore, but I could never really leave.
She's listening and she just says, "Well, Rickard, I've lived a very bloody lifestyle for the last century or so, and I've come across many competent swordsmen in my time. If I had to label you, I would certainly put you in the top 7 swordsmen that I've ever met over a century. So I don't think that you were as lackadaisical in your life as you think you were. That kind of skill doesn't come from nowhere."
You can see he was kind of like looking down, but his eyebrows raised when he say that, and he looks up at you and he's like, "Well, damn, that's a hell of a compliment coming from you. I mean, I've seen what you and the rest of the guys you run with are capable of, and it's like it's like the stories I used to hear from Alara, this traveling bard that would come to Karth and tell me of adventures that she had been on, that she had heard of. I guess I didn't really have a good frame of reference because I never really left Karth. So thank you."
It's simply the truth.
I mean, guess I honed my skills in the bar fights and the like that I got into. I mean, Monty can attest I never lost a bar fight, so
I could see that happening. I imagine most people wouldn't stand a chance against you in a bar fight. Though I wonder what kind of town, what kind of town Karth was that it produced a fighter such as yourself, with who apparently never particularly tried to improve himself.
yeah, Ricard just kind of like grins a little bit. He's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just natural talent.
Perhaps. Oh, yeah, but she's just gonna let the the comfortable silence as she continues to meditate at the top of this place. So in character, she is just sitting there meditating. Mechanically, she is going to be finishing reading the book that she has. So she's going to be meditating for about 20 hours. So 4 hours of trance and 20 hours of meditating at the top of this pinnacle. I hope Rickard brought water or food. Because
I'm gonna be honest. After about I don't even know, maybe 30 minutes or so, he's just gonna like kind of like approach you and realize you're just like completely lost in thought and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna go. And he just walks back down the mountain.
Should have brought a hang glider.
she just smiles as she watches him go. Not everybody's cut out for this kind of lifestyle.
For sure, for sure.
And yeah, that is what she's going to be doing for the next day.
Sure. Ricard, on the way down from the pinnacle, you will see several forms of life around the pinnacle. Mostly birds, but a couple small reptiles, some insect life, etc. There is an entire ecosystem on this island.
yeah, I mean, he'll just be kind of chatting to Monty as he goes, just like, look at this, Monty. Like, we heard about this place from Alara, but we never thought we'd be here. It's happening, man. We're doing it. We're adventuring. I know. It's awesome. It's awesome. Let's just hang in there. Let's just try to ride the vibe, you know. See if they keep us around, you know. We'll see what happens.
Bats are very good at hanging around.
I feel like we have like vampire Aladdin going on here. I'm not even gonna lie. I love it, but that's
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's a boo. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm nailing it. If I'm getting it wrong, let me know, Ricard.
I didn't even expect you to do it in the first place, so I'm
Okay.
happy to have anything.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So you will slowly descend the pinnacle. It will take you all day to get back down unless you use some other non-traditional means of descent.
Gravity, do it.
No, I think he'll take his time. He's kind of, you know, Rose's wisdom has made him feel a little bit deep in the thought.
I mean, I already got the mop and bucket out.
All right. So as you descend, Testudinidae, would you be waiting down at the bottom?
No, Testudinidae has left the mop and bucket up against a wall with a little sign that says, "Please call Testudinidae in case of splatter."
Okay. Awesome.
But Testudinidae would have been seeking out Aimer since he has the bag of holding, I believe.
Okay.
I think Rose actually has the bag of holding.
She left it in the pile of her stuff at the bottom of the cliff. So
Okay.
Tetsu would have seen it if he wants to paw through it.
Well, Testudinidae is going to dig through the bag of holding and pull out the shattered remains of those jars that Aimer was going.
Oh no, those aren't Aimer's person.
Yeah, that's in his hand. I think that's in his haversack.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, everyone else was busy. You know, like, I'm gonna do the right thing, and Aimer's like, I'm gonna make some money.
Well, Testudinidae will approach Aimer then say, Aimer, so, you know, back the other day when we were doing our usual saving the world business. Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying this garbage. Anyway, I noticed that you grabbed some of the pots that were shattering. Do you still have some of those shards?
I don't have any shards. I have whole vials.
I thought they all exploded.
No. You see,
No,
something happened. Something happened while I was pilfering, and all the ones I hadn't taken exploded. Still don't know what exactly happened there while I was looting, but everything I didn't pick up shattered.
Well, the thing is, there's some very powerful entities lended us their aid in the course of that adventure, especially with that altar and all those soul jars, and we should make an appropriate offering to them as thanks.
Then go to the temple and make an offering to them.
Well, when it comes to adventures of this tier, simply gold is not appropriate. It should be something that has meaning, something that could really help out. And well, while you're not quite elfish, you are adjacent. Am I right?
Yes, I am adjacent to elvenness. You are correct.
Well, it was the Elven Pantheon that lended us their aid. And when I say Pantheon, I don't mean someone from the Pantheon. I mean the whole thing chipped in.
You see Aimer, like, he kind of looks smug, and he's nodding at you like he's paying attention.
Right. So I'm thinking we should probably offer those up to the Pantheon there as a thank you. Also to show that we're not directly profiting from their involvement.
Well, Aimer goes, well, you know, I guess that'd be fair. Except I hate them, and they can go fuck themselves.
Right, and I get that you have some issues with the Elven Pantheon. So wouldn't it be amazing to fuck with them by making a genuine offering?
No, I literally hope they die. I mean, I got
Well,
some. If you want to go offer some things, you're more than welcome. I am waiting for Rose to reopen temples in Bourbon so I can piss on them.
that is unfortunate. Please understand, I'm trying to build relations because we may need to call on them again, particularly since they've indicated their willingness to assist.
Their
On
willingness
what can
to
be a
assist
wee bit
you.
fickle.
I called on them for many years of my life, and they ignored me. So until they decide to answer 150-year-old prayers, that's the most they're gonna get out of me.
Well, what were you praying for?
Salvation, food, water, to not be a slave, stuff like that.
Well, the hands of the gods are
anything?
tied in certain things.
Well, I mean, obviously not when they would decide they're just fickle. They help what they want, which was not me. So I'm returning the favor. The only reason that I worship MKL is because he's the only god who's ever given two fucks about me. So I'm returning that to him.
Okay, let me put it another way. Those things are of dark magic, the kind of thing that we shouldn't be carrying because there's a non-zero chance that a certain winged beast might be able to know where they are.
I mean, that one might be a little bit more fair. When we go to Nausea, I'm going to get rid of them, so...
Well, yes, releasing the souls from them should remove them from the ability to ping it, much like Echo used to have.
I mean, probably. I'm thinking, I know a person or two who could turn these into some arrows and some scrolls and things that'll actually be useful to our journey as a whole, as opposed to fickle gods.
Yeah, fickle gods was the reason you didn't have to fight a Dracolich.
I mean, I don't mind fighting a Dracolich. Before you joined us, we fought 10 dragons in about as many minutes.
I understand that, and while I'm still finding my place in the party, I do have concerns, and ensuring that we are not profiting from dark and blasphemous magics, because that wasn't even just dark magic. Dark magic I can deal with. I've dealt with like necromancers and fiend summoners before, but that was blasphemous. There's a reason a whole pantheon showed up to smack that thing.
I mean, Zoran Calchus is equally as blasphemous in so many ways, and was probably working on this together, and they didn't give two fucks about him. I got some teeth we got out of there. Or okay, you know what? We'll call it this. If Leslie doesn't want to give me a copious amount of gold for them, I'll let you do whatever you want with them.
I don't think that I can really abide participating in the commerce of souls. That is certainly and I mean this, absolutely fiendish behavior.
Happens sometimes. And to be fair, they're so fragments. They're like the dredges of soul. It's not like I'm selling Echo. I would have gotten a lot more money for him.
But it's still selling something that is blasphemous and should not remain in this world.
There's lots of things that are blasphemous and should not remain in this world. And they probably won't. But, oh, thinking of that, I wonder what happened to the parts of that lich we sold. Huh.
Testinidae just gives a long sigh. You can just see the indicator pop up. Testinidae will remember that.
Like I said, I'm looking for the material value of this, because while having fickle creatures on our side is one thing, and there's a lot of things that may or may not help. Another thing that will help us is gold. And that is going to be a far more everyday help than a number of gods who chose to ignore me.
I understand that you have issue with it, but can you understand? It's not about you.
I think it is about me, though.
Sorry.
For the record, I want to check to make sure that the players are okay here.
Yeah, it's just I guess someone else is going to be getting that 8th level 8 spell next time.
Okay,
I-
just
yeah.
confirming.
Aimer has a lot of problems with the gods in general, and doesn't have a lot of moral qualms towards good or evil.
Yep, all good.
I
making
get
sure
that. Why
the
do you think-
players are okay.
Yeah. If the stakes weren't so high, Tessa Deniday would be having some very choice words for Aimer right now. But it's not about Tessa Deniday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very well, Aimer. I do find it concerning that you choose to claim ownership of that which you pilfered during a dungeon when we're on an expedition, but so be it.
I'm not really calling it ownership. I'm just wanting to turn it into gold for the group.
Well, then perhaps we should ask the group what they think of it.
I mean, yeah, sure you can. Once
Yeah,
Rose
very
gets
well.
back from her, whatever it is she's doing, that for this, he uses air quotes, this enlightenment she was always talking about.
I've met those who have been enlightened in that way. They tend to regret it because once you reach that pinnacle of wisdom, it's hard to find anything fun.
Oh, yeah, that's a conversation for you and Rose. I just make fun of her for it.
Very well.
He really does.
You're right here, Rose.
I believe he calls it fortune cookie wisdom. Is Aimer's exact words.
Yeah, he has used those words, yes.
Tessa Deniday will go back to reading a book he found called How to Combat Cleric because he hasn't had to do this before.
I don't know what Aimer was doing beforehand. I totally forgot from last week because I'm absolutely brain dead today.
He was kind of hanging out.
You could play with a control crystal. It's at the bottom of the pond, if I remember correctly. We were looking for that. There was food. There was a place to sleep. What else is there in
To be
here?
fair, right now he's probably he's got a lot on his mind.
Mhm.
Probably when Tetsudende came up on him, he was sharpening a rapier,
Okay.
like very, very thoroughly. Like while he was talking, he wasn't even really looking Tetsudende in the eye most of the time, as much as he was concentrating on the sword.
Concentrating on polishing his sword. Understood.
He wasn't polishing his hammer.
Understood. I'm not going to go further. Don't have
And
to.
Tessa Deniday will also set this place as his new target for Word of Recall,
Okay. Awesome.
since the gift shop seems to have been abandoned.
Gift shop's got problems, just saying.
It's
That's
the
on
it's
the
the
to-do list.
Onwa gift shop. It's pretty much the section of a supermarket where everything's behind glass.
Yeah, and changes it daily. Yep. Awesome. Cool. So as these two are having their discussion, what is Brennan doing? Is he practicing his sweet moves, or what's he doing?
Yeah, with all that heavy discussion of gods and pilfering and selling corrupted goods and things like that, Brennan's poking his head around the corner, and he's in half. He has women's clothes on because he was practicing from his disguise kit,
Okay.
but it's very bad because he's only level 1. So it looks like the person just put lipstick on and like a wig, but he's being very serious because that was some time ago. A lot of time has passed. That he's searching through this entire area because in his mind this is essentially a dragon's den.
Valid.
And of course, he's obsessed with killing dragons. So he's wanting to look through this and see if there is anything that he can learn about dragons, about how they live or how they die,
Okay.
particularly, but also the environment too, and nature and the ecosystem.
Okay.
Just dressed up, kind of, you know,
In a Bugs
as a
Bunny
woman.
costume.
Yes,
Understood.
exactly.
As if Bugs Bunny had done it. Got it. So can I get an investigation check from you, Brennan? As you're going
Yeah.
to go through
Hey,
and learn as much as you can
if-
about the lair.
If possible, I think Echo would help him to some degree.
Okay.
You know, and
So with
I
advantage.
think Echo, yeah,
I'm gonna re-roll. I haven't, because I want to do this. I have it wasn't much
Oh,
better.
jeez.
All right.
You know what? I'll spend my inspiration to let you re-roll that because I want you to roll. This is a pretty interesting roll.
I just used
Yeah.
my inspiration to roll that.
They're granting you
Okay,
inspiration once
that's
again.
better.
There we go. That's better.
Okay. there we
Awesome.
go. Thank you.
So with an 18, you're going to do a lot of research with Echo Rex, who helps from here and there, to go around and discover how dragons fly through their lair. There's open areas and places where dragons can perch on the walls, on various protuberances, etc., to get an advantage on the people who might enter. It's a pretty treacherous place, and fighting a dragon inside here would be very dangerous. However, with some insights here, you can figure out a way to get advantage on your first attack in a dragon's lair.
ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Echo would spend a lot of time explaining the pantheon of dragons, the chromatic dragons, the metallic dragons,
Ooh.
the gem dragons, and I think Echo's understands Brennan's motivation to a large extent,
Sure.
and Echo's trying to steer him towards the evil dragon and understanding, hey, there's all dragons aren't the same, and I think hopefully he's seen that hanging around with Echo, but yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to influence Brennan to some degree to understand dragons.
Okay. Cool. Can I get a history check from you, Echo Rex?
Oh, absolutely.
So, with a 34, you're able to recount a lot of information to Brennan. And most of it is that dragons are not, their morality is not necessarily tied to their race, color, creed, etc., but rather by the individual personality of the dragon. There are tendencies that the metallics tend to be good, and the chromatics tend to be more selfish. However, that's not a rule. That is more of a stereotype that would flow through, and a prejudice that is applied to the dragons by the various people who view them.
Ah, okay. Very much like kobolds. we get prejudiced against all the time.
Well, that's because you're little sewer rats.
That's right. That's exactly what
Not that Eric is
Hey,
being
you know-
racist against the kobolds.
Echo, you're just little balls
Oh,
of
no, it's-
you and your
hey,
people are
it's-
balls of EXP.
It sounded like racism against kobolds. I'm just saying. Yeah. So go ahead, Brendan. I just wanted to help you out and roll
Sure.
a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, you know, Brendan's interested in what you're saying. He's more interested in this idea of gaining advantage on attacks, but you know, this is going to fundamentally change some of his views, though, because up to the point of when he finally met his parents again, he only saw dragons as essentially a contract and therefore a purpose, because that's what life is, to the next contract to kill these things. And they were more like a nuisance, like a rodent or something that he was just going to terminate. But seeing how there was a dragon protecting his mother, for instance, and understanding how that happened began to change things. However, that could have just been a one-off. That was something that his father did, and in doing so, he created a lot of bad things around that. So, you know, that could have been written off. But reflecting on everything that's happened since the resurrection of Rosie and things that you stated. This is beginning to broaden his worldview on dragons and maybe his relationship to nature around him. He's always been good at cataloging it, understanding it, and utilizing it for his own goals. But now maybe he's beginning to expand and understand it in broader perspectives.
Cool. Awesome. So, as you guys are doing your various activities today, the day passes and you are still the only 6 people other than the angels outside that are here in the Endless Pinnacle. Is there anything you would like to
do the
do
waters?
Before? Go ahead.
Do the waters here have any particular properties? Is it clean water? Is
It
is
is
there anything-
clean water. It looks refreshing. Would you like to take a long drink?
I think I'd take a small sip.
Awesome.
I'd take a long drink.
Chug,
Right off the
chug,
bat, but I'd take
chug,
a sip.
chug.
Test it out.
As you drink from the water here, it is fresh water and it is cool and refreshing. It feels like when you drink this, you will skip aging for the day.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. I mean, I'll share this. I don't know what a day means to elves and to some people, but a couple of days may mean something to a human quite a bit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot to a kobold. Yeah.
Yeah, kobolds only live 12 years or so. I mean, you know.
Well, kobolds is the difference between lifespan and life expectancy. It's like the difference between like an opossum in the wild versus a zoo.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, it could be. I've
Especially
never
if
met
the
any
possum's in my
kobolds older than
backyard.
12.
Just saying.
They don't have a very long life expectancy, do they?
Not in my backyard.
Well, life expectancy is how long you can live. Like, oh, sorry, yeah, I'm getting backwards. But never mind.
Yep. Happens to the best of us.
The moment
Yep.
they enter the yard, their expectancy goes way down.
Bok bok, yum.
Echo's going to go to one of the rooms,
Sure,
to his room, I guess, one of the apartments or one of the rooms.
sure.
And he's going
Little
to take
apartment
a wooden...
is easily, 3,000 square feet.
Oh, wow. So he's going to get a wooden barrel
Okay.
and take it in there, and he's going to get out his enchanting tools and paraphernalia,
Okay.
and
Awesome.
he's going to use wish. He hasn't used it today, I don't believe,
Okay.
and he's going to cast clone on himself.
Ooh.
So he will create a clone, and he will use the wooden barrel. It's probably a wine barrel as the container, and it has to sit for 180 days or something like that. But he's at least going to start that process.
Okay.
You're gonna come back. Amer's gonna be like drinking out of the barrel, like this wine is terrible, and he's like drunk half your clone.
That could actually theoretically happen. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds like
likely to
something our party would
It's
do.
more
yeah.
likely to be Brennan, I think. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Amer does drink a lot as well. He's just not an alcoholic.
Yeah, this wine
But if-
tastes really eggy.
Yeah, if you don't tell him, he might. If he finds it randomly, he would absolutely drink it, or at least try it to see if it tastes good. If it tastes good, he would drink it.
If you put a sign on it, "Do not drink," that would just make him
Oh.
drink it more.
Oh yeah, no. That if he said do not drink, Amer would be like, "Oh, I need to drink this." At least
And
try it
he will-
again.
Put a label on it:
moment.
warning, fermenting kobold.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
no. You probably wouldn't drink that then.
Yeah, just put
Yeah.
water. Just label it water, and yeah, he'll leave it alone.
Probably that too. Yes.
All right. So
I think he's going to tuck it away in a closet somewhere in that room in that apartment here in the Endless Pinnacle.
okay. Awesome.
Now the question is, how old is that clone going to be if you ever have to use it? Are you going to come back as like an egg and hatch out and just be a little whelp, or are you going to come back, like a very elderly, wizened kobold that looks like they reek of wisdom and stuff?
Yeah, I think Echo is concerned about his age because he is he's probably beginning his elder years. So
Can I
I
get you to
mean,
roll a d6 plus 6?
oh sure,
Let's figure out how old he is.
okay.
Because that'll put us between 7 and 12.
I think
So, 10 years old.
so. He's concerned about that. So I think if he came back, he would probably come back a good 3 or 4 years old, and that would be, that would be old enough, maybe teenage years, or at least maybe young adult years for him. So I think that's what he's shooting for.
Okay.
So you're going to be the little kid that claims to be an ancient being, anime style.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think that's it. And then he will tuck in to go to bed.
Awesome. And you do have, you cast the wish, so we don't need the components, regardless. So you're good. Cool. So as he goes to bed, Amer, would you go and rest, or would you go to sleep?
No, Amer purposely never sleeps.
Okay.
That whole nightmare thing.
Right. At least resting.
He'd probably be resting. He'd also probably still be really broody and drinking until he trances.
Right. Gotcha.
What was I gonna say? There was a thought in my brain.
Uh-oh.
It was there. Hold on. Where'd it go? Where'd it come from? Oh, I was gonna tell Echo. So yeah, where'd it come from? Where'd it go?
You're not Cotton Eye, are you?
I plead
Don't
the
do
fifth.
that.
I live in
Don't do
Texas.
that. That was too easy. Thank you,
Yeah.
Brennan, for catching
My
on.
kids listen to that. Don't do that.
The techno remix. That's my jam.
Yeah.
But I was gonna tell Echo. I was gonna let him know that we still have that. It's an item I have while I'm scrolling. What was it named? We still have the amethyst draconic shard. Echo.
Ooh. Okay.
I thought we used that for somebody's sword.
It was my sword, but Eric made a cool one with the dragon shade essence he stole.
Yeah,
So I thought that
Yeah.
was cool enough, and we can use this for something else.
yeah, absolutely. So
I wanted to
have you got an idea?
No, I don't. But it's one of those cool things that, like, if we wanted to put them together for either one of our new friends,
Yep.
or I guess we could put it in the pile of things to sell. But I'd rather not sell it because it's really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'd
I think
rather,
there's a lot of potential there.
yeah, I'd rather have a little powwow with Brennan and Tetsu and see what they have any idea what they want to turn this into. So on that note, Amer is going to give you the shard, Echo.
Okay. And what was the name of it? Did you have an actual?
It's
did you
not
make
an
a custom
actual.
item for that, or-
No, I didn't. I just wrote it down. It was
It's just
the
a material
amethyst
component.
draconic shard.
Yeah, it's a material component.
Yeah.
I've got it.
Yep. So,
Cool.
Amer's leaving that to you to create an item, or talk to people about what to become of it, because he got his Zoltan or Zoran Keltris fighter or Slayer, which
Right.
is which he was what you would have known as well. That's what he was gripping onto really tight when we were in Shu. But yeah, talk to Brennan, talk to Ricard, talk to Tetsu. Get one of them has to have some idea of something to use this for.
Okay.
For the record, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a link to start your inspiration. It's a shard of this dragon.
Oh.
So
Okay.
feel free to mosey that. And if you got an idea, hit me up. I would love to talk about it.
Yeah. And Echo will
Like you mean
create
the
it.
dragon on
yes.
the cover.
Sorry?
The link just took us to the purchase page for
Disregard
the
that. I will
PDF.
go ahead and give you the full link here in just a moment.
So essentially what it is is it is a material component gem that has the soul of an ancient amethyst dragon in it.
We could
And
stick it in Echo.
yeah, let's not stick any more things in Echo.
What we do know is that if you had put it into like a weapon, for instance, so you had a longsword and you imbued it, a non-magical longsword, because it's a very strong magic in the gem, and imbued it into a regular longsword, you'd have some sort of like psychic damage magical longsword with a dragon soul inside of it. That's kind of
Yeah,
the general
it's a
gist that we
powerful-
got.
yeah, it's a powerful component for enchanting
Yeah.
Yeah.
items. So,
I
Yeah.
put the link to
There's a
the
lot of
actual
potential there.
PDF in the Discord for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
So, if you were Rickard and tested in today want to do something with this, we can flavor a custom weapon
Yeah.
or item for you.
That's what I was
Echo's
giving it
pretty
to
good at it.
Echo.
Yeah, he's pretty good at enchanting. So
Yeah. It was more also to get the RP going to use it.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, Eric.
Yes, sir.
The boost in my Arcana, does that boost my enchanting as well?
It does.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah. And yes, I'm aware of what we talked about. That's taken
So,
care of in.
I think Echo's just-
compensated.
I think Echo's going to go to sleep
Cool.
for tomorrow. I mean, I expect we're going to be here 4 or 5 days at least, maybe. Echo's kind of hoping Amarazi shows up. He's kind of hoping he doesn't. It's
Mhm.
one of those things.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
he's going to go to bed.
Awesome. Sweet August Rose is on top of the mountain. Tester Day, would you go to bed tonight with anything else happening?
Nope. He has a whole list of stuff to bring up to the group, but that can wait for the group meeting. He is going to just curl up into his shell next to the water.
Awesome. Cool. And then we pan the camera over to our armored individual with luxurious black locks. Ricard, what are you doing?
Ricard is going to take off his plate armor to pretend to go to sleep. He's going to wait an hour or two until he believes everybody's asleep. And he's going to slowly creep out into the hall. And he's going to go to whoever's room, whoever has the Eye of Kydron.
Who has the Eye of Kydron right now? I believe it's Sweet August Rose.
I think Echo's got it
Echo has
back. Is that right, Rose?
Who was the one who used it last?
I think you used it last,
Yeah.
but we had a conversation about how long it took you to get your hands on my stuff after I died.
I don't think we established who has it.
No?
Yeah.
I don't know if Echo took it back or not.
Then what we will do is very easily, I'm going to roll 1d2. On a 1, Echo has it. If it's a 2, it's at the base of the mountain.
Oh,
1d2. So, with a 1, it is in Echo Rex's possession.
Okay, so
and
he's going.
for the record,
go ahead.
Ricardo, Rickard, you probably understand the way our conversation was earlier. Echo was really just kind of joking around because he considers this party treasure, party property. So if you ever were to say, "Hey, I want to use it," you could use it. But he understands. Yeah. Anyway,
I really want to see where this is going.
Me too.
Yeah. Ricard is not very wise. So he is going to sneak into Echo's room and going to slowly take the Eye of Kydron and take it out into the hall or into another room. And he's going to try to use it the way that he's seen other people use
The
it.
moment you touch it, it would
Yep.
have activated.
Well, before we do get
yeah,
there,
fantastic.
okay, before we get there, Ricard, as you come into the room, Echo Rex is dreaming.
Okay, so he seemed kind of like a little puppy, kicking his legs or something.
You feel a slight hunger. It's been a while, Ricard. when was the last time you fed on the dreams of a helpless individual?
I mean, at this point, over 1,000 years.
Would
If
you
that's
resist?
the case, no, I don't think so. I think that he would kind of slink into like a shadowed corner of the room and just kind of lean up against the wall and close his eyes and try to feed.
Awesome. Echo Rex, while you are dreaming tonight, can I get you to roll a D100 to determine how good of a dream you're having?
Okay.
It's a pretty bad nightmare.
Yeah.
And regard, it tastes sour and bitter, but it is sustenance.
Yeah, I kind of imagine he was just like kind of in the shadows of the dream, like spectating. He gets that nasty taste in his mouth, and he's like, okay, and he just kind of hops out.
Yep. Echo, you will have sensed a dark shadow in the middle of your nightmare. Based off of how terrifying the nightmare is, you probably don't pay attention to it very much. It's just an extra thing within the nightmare.
Yeah. Roger that.
All right.
I think. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Cool. All right. Then we are going to go to the Eye of Kydron because this matters. You reach into Echo Rex's pack to draw it out?
Yep.
Awesome. As you do so, I need a wisdom saving throw the moment you touch it. And I need you to make a saving throw of a DC 20.
Yep.
Ricard, your intelligence score drops to 0. You are unable to speak, use magical items, activate abilities, etc. You are as dumb as a box of rocks. You no longer remember why you were going to do what you were about to do.
Okay, am I just like stunned, or how does this work?
You have no intelligence. You can act on a primal level, and that is it.
You can
Okay.
post to Reddit and Tumblr.
That's true.
Nice. So, okay, then
Very
Regard will just kind of like wide-eyed, starts like drooling and slowly stands up and walks back to his room to lay down.
Awesome.
Montalban is now officially completely more intelligent and more wise than Regard.
Far more so. And it's
Oh, it could
chastising
be
you
like-
along the way.
It could be like Ratatouille. Montalban just like sits on your head and pilots Ricker.
All right. So, unfortunately, you need to reduce your intelligence score to 0 by clicking on it up at the top and lowering that.
Yep, got it.
That's fine.
Just make a note somewhere of what it was before.
Well, in D&D Beyond, you can do a temporary modifier override. So.
Oh, it actually
Great.
doesn't let me put 0. Let me see if I can get it there.
Should be an override option there.
Yeah, whenever I set override to 0, it just defaults to 1, it looks like.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, 0 may be dead. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's fine.
I believe it was 1, if I remember correctly.
I have it listed as 0, but that's fine. All right. So, as you guys get your long rest, you guys can wake up the next morning refreshed and, in one person's case, stupid. Not
enough
a
about Aimer.
insult, just a statement
about
of
to say.
fact.
What, talking about Aimer here? Aimer, the highest intelligence roll in the party, the stupidest actor in the party.
All right. So,
Hey,
Fe-
Echo,
feeding on
just
feeding on the dreams of the helpless and dumb as a sack of rocks. College administrator for sure.
ugh.
Oh,
All right.
well, that's pretty good.
I'm not going to get in trouble with college administrators.
Who hasn't?
I have. Not going to do that again. Anyway, as you guys wake up the next morning, Echo, Brennan, Aimer, Testudinidae. You guys wake up and have achieved a long rest. Go ahead and hit the long rest button and confirm that. Ricard, you get a long rest. However, you are still unintelligent as you wake up and are just hungry.
Yeah, he's just gonna slowly, again, just like open mouth hanging, wide-eyed, just slowly walking towards the kitchen. Montalban, by the way, is just like flying around his head, like freaking out right now.
Mm-hmm.
The other question is here: did he leave the eye sitting on Echo's floor, or did he walk away with it?
That's a good question. Would you have, as a unintelligent creature, drawn it forth from the bag and taken it with you, or would you have touched it and then suffered the effect and left it? Up to you.
My inclination is to say that he's just like still holding it, and has just like held it throughout the night, and is walking out with it in his hand right now or something.
Very well. Cool. As you guys come out to breakfast, you see Ricard mindlessly walking with the Eye of Kydron.
Oh boy.
Sar, you are not here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Echo would be probably got up early to eat breakfast. I could imagine sitting at the table eating raw chicken eggs or something of that nature and seeing Rickard walk out with the gem. Or maybe he heard Aimer say, "Oh boy." So he kind of looks up like, "Oh wow, okay." That's a tough lesson to learn, isn't it?
Yeah. Testudinidae pokes his head out and says, "What's up?"
Echo, you need to learn to put
Oh.
that away.
Oh, I thought I did. Oh, I think Rickard went to use the Eye of Kydron, which is really weird. You know, I had a dream about him last night, or at least he was in my dream. I think I had a dream. It was more of a nightmare. I think the staff of Doldrum is probably affecting me. I had a nightmare last night, but he was there, so I don't know.
What is this
evident-
gem? I don't recognize it.
Called the Eye of Kydron. It will let us scry on pretty much any person or thing in all of Tovoya. But
But you have
it's a
to
very
be,
powerful.
yeah, it'll wipe your intelligence out if you can't resist its magics.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
And so now we have Sar Jr. over here. Maybe Sar Sr. Yeah. Were you there, Echo, when Sar was like this too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! I was on hiatus. Remember?
Oh yeah. You were still in the Dragon's Horn, right?
Yeah.
No. At least Rickard's keeping his clothes on.
Look, feeble mind is a hell of a drug. Okay.
That's basically what this is at the same time.
You know, we've never experienced this tested in a day. We know it's possible. We know that there's consequences to using the Eye of Kydron. We don't know how to fix it. At least I don't think anybody
I
previously in our
identified it, and I think it did say, but I don't recall off the top of my head.
Gee, it's almost like you have a cleric now.
yes.
I don't remember. Let's see. Hold on. Let's look.
I don't think it says, does it?
I'm pretty sure it does. Blah, 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 blah. See your saving throw. Limitations.
Yeah, I can fit.
You know,
I can fix it.
It doesn't, as a matter of fact. It just says your intelligence drops to 0. It says what happens when you succeed, though, which is your intelligence doesn't drop to 0.
Right. Well, I think I'd rather prefer him being able to tell friend from foe. So, Echo, could I hold on to you for a moment?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Testudinidae will walk up using Echo's aura that grants increased range on his spells, and from a safety will, after fishing around in the communal loot for 100 gold pieces, will cast Greater Restoration.
Awesome. So,
Oh,
Ricard,
Sorry, did not mean to click on that.
All
Does that actually fix it?
it does.
Okay.
Yeah, or one effect reducing a target's ability score.
This is a weird curse, which is the only reason why I asked.
Yeah. It's not the curse. It is any reduction to one of the target's ability scores. It's the third effect.
No, I mean, like, I didn't know if that would actually heal it or not, because not
does.
all the times on some of these ones do we get the easy, like, oh, we can cast a spell and heal it. Although, actually, take that back. We did say that, because remember we bribed the
Right.
priests, those priests in Nausea.
Right. Because you guys have
So it
suffered
does
this
work?
effect before. Yes, it does
Yeah.
work.
Okay, well, you can see the clarity return to Ricard's eyes, and he just kind of drops the eye and he says, Victor von Karth.
Yeah, Rickard. Yeah, we have the wooden tongs for a reason. Don't handle stuff you're not used to. You don't know what it is.
He's just like sitting there with his hand up in the air, just like looking at all of you, like, oh,
Did it
shit.
work? It's
I'm sorry about that, guys.
really
No, I think Echo understands. He understands the draw, the power of the Eye of Hydra. It's one of the party's prized possessions, I guess. And he would probably be curious, like, who did you want to look upon?
Ricard kind of knows his head again, and he's just like, yeah, you guys were talking about going to South Cove and
Yeah, South Cove.
all that, and I just don't know what to expect. I'm so confused. Like, my dad's not a bad guy, but apparently he sold me to those people. I was just trying to see where he is, what he's up to right now, just to kind of get an idea of what we're going into if we end up going that way.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Man, South Cove, I don't know about your family there, but you're not missing much. It's an ugly desert city.
Well, you said it was taken over by somebody else now, right? Like, if it belongs to somebody else, where the hell is my dad at? Like, I don't get it.
It could be your dad, but he's not going by that name.
Could be something wearing your dad's flesh like a costume. We're dealing with some truly aberrant horrors in this world right now.
It's not that bad. It's very, like, you can go there. You're fine going and visiting if you want. It's just you're not missing out on anything not going and visiting. Wait. Okay, I take that back. There are two kind of cool things about the city. One, the forge there. They have like storm giants that man the forge. That is pretty cool. And two, there's this guy there who makes pork belly sandwiches.
Okay, that I can get into.
For the record, you're thinking of Fort Crag, but I'm totally
Oh, was
allowing
it?
Aimer to be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is correct. But yeah, Amer's only been to South Cove once, and maybe he hated it so much he remembered things from Fort Crag.
Absolutely. That's
yeah.
valid.
But yeah, no, it's a desert city. It's like, I don't like going there because it's, what am I trying to say here? It's too easy for me to be me there because everything's by the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law. So you can really do some not great things if you set your mind to it.
I do
That
remember
you
the
can't-
laws being kind of strict there for sure.
That and you can't go out at night. Like
I was
you have a bar
always
fight-
out at night.
If you have a bar fight there now, you'll probably be dead. They're big on capital
Dang.
punishment.
Well, I mean, like you were saying, Tessa, there's a lot of crazy shit going on, so I don't know what might be happening there, but
Give us some.
I can't imagine that he would be going by a different name. He worked long and hard to make a name for himself, and he
Yeah,
loved his
I would-
honorifics, so...
Yeah, I was once in a bar fight, but that was when we were fighting the whole bar. Mimics can get really big in some places.
Well, that would be fun. A bar fight, a bar full of men. Yeah, that'd be crazy. You know, Rickard, if you give me a day or two, I think we could probably come up with a way. I don't know if you're going to be able to handle the Eye of Kydra by yourself, but we can probably come up with a way that you can see what you want to see. Give me a day or two to figure it out.
I appreciate that, Echo. You know, actually, it was kind of calming to be affected by the eye in that way. I may just ask you for it again at some point.
Yeah. Give me a day or two to work on it. I'll figure something out.
But we do
then
have
I
a. Sorry, go ahead.
I think Echo would walk over and just kind of nonchalantly just pick it up like it's no big deal and
Okay.
put it back in the haversack.
Need you to roll a
Ricard,
wisdom
like, kinda
saving
like-
throw.
Takes a step back whenever you pick it up,
Oh.
like it's gonna explode or
I
something.
thought it went dead after
It goes dead if you fail the saving throw.
I think the eye is
Does
supposed
it
to go
go?
dormant, isn't it?
Once you've used this power,
It hasn't been used.
Oh, he should be able to make this though.
You
You're
should say
fine.
that. Yeah, you're fine. Okay.
Okay. You can scry should you choose to.
Yeah, I think Echo's a little bit surprised. He didn't expect. He thought maybe it had been used for the day.
Right?
Um,
The power surges into you. What's the first thing you think of?
Amarazi.
Ooh.
What is Amarazi
awesome.
doing?
Yes.
As you consider Emery Rosie, you see far, far away. Your vision fades, and you hear the ocean and people around. You are in the town of Nausha. You were seated outside of a very familiar magic shop called Judith's Intricacies and Oddities.
Oh wow.
In front, there is Judith. I'm trying to get her on the screen here for you guys. Judith is there and is currently sipping tea and looks directly at the sensor. They both do. Emery Rosie is in a humanoid form and is currently blurry. You see it as the draconic form.
Yeah. Okay.
Judith looks at the sensor, raises an eyebrow, looks at Emery Rosie. Apparently, we have fans. They both smile kindly at the scrying sensor.
Yeah, and then I think I would end the effect.
You're going to end the effect? Okay.
Yeah.
To be
And-
fair, I'm pretty sure Judith actually knows we have the eye, so
Yes.
she probably know it was us.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know
Yeah.
who. The sensor does not
Yeah.
reveal who it is, etc.
It's just a scrying sensor, so it could be anyone who can cast scrying.
Right.
Yeah,
Or
but I'm not gonna scry on two dragons to listen in on their conversation. That could be dangerous. So I'm
Who
gonna let
said
them have
two
their
dragons? I said one dragon.
Oh,
Okay.
that's right. I'm Rosie. I'm Rosie. Yeah, I think that kind of surprised him. He'll sit down and continue to eat his breakfast.
Would it surprise him because he told Emery Rosie to go and visit?
Aimer did.
Aimer did. Okay.
Yeah,
Aimer
Echo
told me-
was dead.
Echo is dead, so yeah, that would surprise Echo. That's valid. Sorry.
And to be fair, Aimer also did say that he did tell Echo that, like, when he was wondering where Emery Rosie is, he said, hey, I did tell him to go visit Judith. So that
He
probably
didn't
shouldn't
believe.
surprise Echo, because Aimer
He
did
didn't think-
say it.
Yeah, but it's like, what the hell would he want to go see Judith for? So
I mean, Judith has actually said on countless times that she was friends with him, and like it's only an open secret to the group that Judith is also a dragon. So like, you know,
Well, speaking of dragons, I have a thought for that shard. If it has a complete ancient dragon soul within it, would it be possible to restore said dragon?
I don't know if it has that. I don't think it has the soul of a dragon, does it? Or does it have a portion of his power?
It's an essence. It's not the full soul.
Ah, okay. Oh, and quick cosmology question.
Yes.
So like, if a fiend is on the material plane and gets splattered, does it reform in
Yes.
fiendish plane, or is it dead?
Unless
no.
there's other forces at hand, they discorporate and then return in X number of days or years, depends on the power of the individual fiend.
Mm-hmm. Does that also apply to celestials?
It does.
Ooh, okay. So, one other thing I'd like to bring to the group. When we were deep within that accursed place, that altar was something of blasphemous power, something that I know you aren't attuned to divine magics, but let me just say that when I called for the gods, lots of gods showed up to help me smash that. The entire Elven pantheon chipped in on that one, and I didn't particularly have relations with the Elven pantheon to that point. So I'd like for us to make an offering to them as thanks for their aid, because we might need it again. And to that said, Amer, while we were in there, procured some of the vials of soul essence, and I
I'm
think
still curious how you even saw me do that. You guys were all gone when I was doing that.
Amer, you get a little squirrely when you're doing stuff you're not supposed to.
I mean, you would have seen me get squirrely though. I did complain that the shards broke, but I'm not against having this conversation. But I'm a little curious how it was seen. Most people can't see me do anything.
Let's just say that you're walking around with blasphemous power in your pouch. There's an aura to it.
It's in a
In
separate
an
dimensional
extra-dimensional
plane.
space.
Yeah.
I think we're tapping into
oh,
some
oh.
meta knowledge here.
Oh, okay. So if Amer's gonna say that he hid that he took them from the group, then
Well, I'm just curious if there's a roleplay reason for it,
Yeah.
but everyone else was gone. Like when I looked even at the battle map,
okay.
everyone was gone. Yeah.
I retract it. Amer is doing blasphemous deeds behind the party cleric's back. Good luck with that.
Wait, didn't you guys have a discussion earlier where Amer said that he
Yeah,
took some of those things?
Yeah.
I guess that didn't happen. Never mind.
Amer, did you have the discussion with Testu last night?
Oh, that's why we did have that discussion. But that's why I was asking now, how we actually saw it happen, because Amer is curious at that point.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
we
I
were
thought you
all
guys
in the
all-
room at the same time.
It's my bad.
Yeah, because Amer actually didn't even see the ritual happen, so he didn't even know what happened until someone told him. Because I mean, looking at the battle map, for instance, they could not see each other.
I retract the statement. Never mind.
Okay. All right. All right.
You want to be a thief? Be a thief.
All right.
I don't revive thieves.
So, what would you guys like to do today?
Amer's gonna have
Echo.
breakfast. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Echo looks up from breakfast and is like, did we live knick-knack on the island?
You left Nick Neck on the mainland.
On the mainland.
Is Nick Nack still alive with the orb
Well,
there?
Was Nick
He's
Neck
not
ever
a-
alive?
Yeah, he's not really knick-knack. He's not a simulacrum either. He's a type of clone, I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't tell the magic that well. I knew it wasn't a real person, but not what kind of magic it was.
Maybe tomorrow we'll have to go get him. I guess go get him.
Is he alive? That from what people are telling me, that orb got pretty big.
Yeah, I would imagine he's probably still alive. I don't think he was that close to the island, unless the orbs moved, unless the voids moved. I don't think he was that close. Echo wants to take a look at the staff.
Okay.
Um, the staff of the old forgotten one,
Yes, sir.
and I think he'll reveal to the party that Doldrin is locked up in this staff.
What?
Yeah, Doldrin's in here. Originally it was someone else. He had captured a powerful mage and locked him away in the staff.
Yeah, that's what
And he
I.
had control. Yeah,
That's
and he
what
had
I.
control of him.
That's what I
Well,
got.
when
That's what I hunch I got when I identified it, but I didn't
Yep.
sense his soul in there.
Well, when he died, I think it drug his soul into the staff and released what was there. So he's kind of stuck in the staff. So I've been thinking about what to do with it. I really like the idea of maybe using some enchanting to change it.
I was gonna say sell it for pounds of gold, but I mean, I guess
Yeah,
that too. I mean,
I like the
after
irony of taking his prized possession and making it a symbol of Amarazi's power. Maybe making it an object of station, that type of thing.
yeah,
I like
I
the
mean,
irony there.
it is very fitting. Once given that you were able to actually return to your body, and be able to use it, otherwise it wasn't become a pile of gold. I kind of like what you're saying more, to be fair. We got lots of things we can turn into piles of gold.
Yeah, I want to. We got to be really careful though, because it is cursed, so we got to be careful. So I think I'm going to study it today, and then tonight I'm going to see if I can make some progress on it.
I was tinkering around with it just based off its defensive properties alone, because it had some very strong defensive properties.
Yep, I like that. I like it a
Um,
lot. The curse is the thing that I got to get rid of.
Well, as long as you're not using the soul in it, you shouldn't have a problem with the curse directly. I mean,
Yep.
I don't dream, so I guess I can't really say anything about the dream part. But yeah, you should probably be careful.
I'll study it today, and we'll figure something out tonight. So, Eric, what do you think the possibilities are here?
Oh, I've got lots of things. Would you like to try to decurse the staff? Or how are we going to do this? Are you going to try to redeem it? What are we going to do? Because you do have a very powerful cleric in the party who is very good with religious artifacts, and this would qualify.
Yeah. I think Amer's right. I think there's a lot of nice power here that can be used. I do like the irony of taking his item and using it for good. Yeah, removing the curse, I think, would probably be the first step.
Okay.
Tested today. I know you can remove curses on people. You have any experience removing curses on items?
I've done a few, nothing of this caliber before, but I think I can make it work. I probably need a day or so just to prepare for that, because something of that caliber, I don't want to risk it being unleashed and tearing around. So I'll probably want to, and you can just hear him mumbling as he pulls out a little notebook and he starts sketching out diagrams of how he's going to do it.
Interesting.
Okay. I will help him with the Arcana side of it and the enchanting side of it.
Okay.
That's where his expertise is. And I guess today we'll spend time today trying to work out the staff and how to decurse the staff.
If you get bored, Echo, too, and have some time, we should probably think about making a trip to Nausea for supplies.
Yeah. We can do that. I've got the ability to do that. We can do that first thing this morning, and then tonight we can work on the staff. Our trip to Nashville won't take us but a couple of hours.
Yeah, got some
Everybody
things.
want to go?
things to part with. I mean, we should probably page Rose. Hold on, I can do that though.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh, it's not
I can,
hard.
but I can, but it cost me a nice little spell.
Oh no! I got just the thing of it. He's like, Amer's like, I'll be right back. And you see him fiddling around in his robes, and he walks outside.
Okay.
Rickard tested into that. You guys want to go to National?
Sure. And if we're converting, loot into gold, there are quite a few gems I could use for magic that would be of great benefit to the party.
Yeah.
Amer gets outside and he pulls out his wand of Skywrite,
Fine.
and he writes he writes in the sky, "Sar, going to town. You got 5 minutes before we leave."
So, okay, so the picture, I am clearly above the clouds at the moment.
Yes. So you're looking down at this writing, which, from your point of view, is inverted.
It's backward. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
backward.
That's amazing.
Has it been 20 hours?
Not yet.
Then no, she probably wouldn't go. As fun as it would be. Then again, I do need to talk to Farboiler. But the mountaintop, no, she can't be interrupted at this point. So,
So you're gonna wait? And not
she
come
is
down?
going to wait. She is not going to come down. Yeah.
Amer waits to see like a falling rock or something, and he does wait like 5 minutes, and then he gets impatient and he goes, "All right, fine." He says that out loud, throws his arms up in the air, and goes back inside and goes, "Star's not coming." Or maybe she is. I ran out of patience.
Ricard just looks at Amer and while he's munching on some bread, he's like, I think she's just sleeping up there, man. I tried to like poke her while she was doing her meditation, but she just wouldn't even move.
Yeah, well, I mean,
How do you know she was even facing the right way? Reminds
I
me of a
don't.
fellow I knew. He had a deaf dog, and it was a bit disobedient. So whenever he'd start signing a command, it would look away.
yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you. So I'm just making a guess. But
Yeah,
I'm
I think Echo would wait an hour or so and then probably realize Rose isn't coming. She's doing her thing.
So, as a question, because I do want to get the timing correct here, you guys had breakfast. You had the experience with the Eye of Kydron here. We got Ricard restored. We'll say that got to 11 o'clock. Amer went outside, called for Sudaris Rose, and came back in 10 minutes later. And you guys have discussed the repairing of the staff. So, would you say an hour between Testudinide and Echo on that conversation?
Roughly, I guess we'd leave roughly noon. Does that sound right?
That's up to
Sounds
you guys.
about right.
All right.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
I get to
roughly
ask the
noon.
wonderful question: where's Brennan?
Yeah, Brennan hasn't been out there.
That's always the question.
Put on lipstick.
Yeah, Brennan hasn't been out. We'll say that he forgot that he had used the disguise kit. So not only did he look like Bugs Bunny, but he slept in that. So now he's just, looking pretty rough.
Looks like the Joker.
However-
Gotcha.
However, he came out and he didn't really say much. There's a lot of stuff going on that he didn't really know about. I don't know, gods and staffs and stuff. So he kind of sat in the room, and you could see him writing. He does have a little journal, and he's being studious, which is weird because he's not flipping around and doing forward rolls and stuff. And the only thing that you would notice, if anything, would be that he's looking at this little book and writing stuff down, and he's looking at his arrow, and he's looking at his book again, looking at the arrow, and then maybe just every once in a while, the corner of your eye, maybe you saw like a little spark or something, like almost like a red light came on and went off really quick, a green light came on and went off really quick, but he's just kind of doing his own thing.
Okay. Did things start going and then stopping
Yeah, these would be very small, and I would say that maybe unnoticeable, or even just a sunspot, a kind of effect of, oh, that was weird. I don't
Okay.
even know if I saw anything.
Understood.
Hey, Brandon, we're planning on going to Nausha. Did you find a brothel on this island?
Brennan looks up. I'm sorry, what? A brothel?
Yeah, it looks like you spent the night in a really cheap brothel.
I have no idea what you're talking about, my man.
Aimer,
As he kind of pushes the wig back a little bit, forgetting it's on.
Aimer shows you a mirror.
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently my disguise worked because I was not at a brothel, but I had deceived you.
Aimer pauses for a moment. He kind of makes like a face and goes, "You sure did, buddy."
He's got you there.
Brendan's gonna say, so you're going to Nausha for supplies?
Yeah. Get some more arrows and stuff, potions, scrolls, buy things, sell things.
Let me see what I have.
I gotta see how Shadrach's doing.
Brennan is gonna ask, do you think, because I am kind of in the middle of some stuff, do you think if I give you some gold, you can just buy some more arrows for me? That's all I'm gonna do there anyway.
We could, I can just use your share, whatever profits we make, to turn into arrows if you want.
Yeah, could you do that? I'm
Absolutely, buddy.
I'm really in the middle of some stuff here.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah, and Brennan's gonna go back to his little journal.
Okay. Cool.
I've never seen Brennan read before.
No, this is very different for the new folks.
Very different.
Oh, Tetsu. When we teleport to Nausha, please don't turn undead.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
You want to maybe elaborate on that?
So Aimer scratches his chin. I've got a friend, Demi-Lich.
He's a good lich.
That's why I said he's a
Believe it or
friend.
not.
A wild magic surge happened, and I brought back a dead Demi-Lich to the living as a pure soul. I'm not sure how it happened or why, but he's a really nice guy now.
Well, then he's not undead anymore, and it shouldn't matter if I turn undead.
Oh, he's absolutely still undead.
You say you brought him back to the living.
I brought him back to undeath, I think. I don't really know how it works, but he exists, and he's actually guarding Nausha.
Actually, it'll be interesting to see what Testadini Day thinks about it.
Yeah. He guards the teleportation circle there for them.
Yep.
He actually left Shu with us. And yeah, it was.
Did we give him a name? What did we call
His
him?
name is Shadrach. That's why I said we gotta check on Shadrach.
Shadrach. That's right. Shadrach.
Mr. Dinade, you've been granted inspiration by the Twitch chat.
Do him though. He actually is guarding the city.
I already have inspiration, so bounce that to someone.
All right. Who does not have inspiration?
Rickard?
Ricard?
I have it.
I spent mine
We will do
giving it to Brennan.
Brennan and Rose. Yeah, they both.
Yeah, I have it. Someone give it.
So, Sweet August Rose will gain it from Rice Hunter. Thank you.
Gracias.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Testadini ponders and says, "Well,
Let's just talk to him.
these are odd circumstances. I will say this: how
Yeah.
I'm behaving now is based on the fact that our very sense of reality is in peril from the horrors that seek to corrupt this world. So the typical good versus evil dynamic is on the back burner. The stove is not off."
Yeah, he's just, it threw us for a loop too. He actually helped us in the battle against the forces of Garden Soil, and then came with us looking for a job.
Right. Just remember, that which is done can be undone. That which is flipped can flip again.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I feel like it's a 1 in 10,000 chance.
Let's go see Rack and see. Yeah.
It sounds like about a 1 in 10,000 chance,
Yeah, when adventurers quote statistics, they're speaking from a place of deep cranial rectal impaction.
It happens sometime. Hey, say
I mean,
hello.
you want a statistic? Here's a fun statistic a wizard taught me. 98.5% of all explosions occur within 100 feet of an adventurer. This is why some towns require the taverns be built outside the walls.
That's fair.
You know that probably checks out. Like, if you go through Eric's campaigns, I actually
Yeah, so Eric, I have the email address and the coordinates for the Blue Cloaks
Yep.
teleportation circle in Nausea. So I don't believe I can fail.
All right. Are you going to wait for Sweetheart's Rose, or are you leaving without them?
No, I think Echo understands partially what Rose is doing and what her objective is, and I think she probably said, "Hey, she's going to be gone for hours or days." So,
days, yeah.
yeah, so we'll let her do her thing.
Rose achieves enlightenment, reaches 22 wisdom, and then realizes, I should have gone with the group.
Fine. I'm gonna miss all the fun stuff of finding out, if Nausha's been invaded, but whatever, it's fine.
I kind of forgot about that. That's gonna be a fun thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, splitting the party. Yeah, that's great.
Splitting the party in Nausea.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's fine.
It's gonna be fine. What's the worst that could possibly happen?
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So, just to be clear, we are taking Echo Rex, Ricard, Testudinidae, and Aimer. Just the 4 of you.
Yep.
Yeah, Brendan, I think that he was staying behind.
Yeah, Brendan wanted to stay behind too. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Brendan, maybe we could just go get August Rose. I mean, I'm not comfortable splitting this group up, mainly because I want to be able to keep an eye on all of you weirdos. Like, I do not trust any of you being left unsupervised for an extended period of time.
I mean, to be fair, that is fair. I wrote in the sky telling Rose to come down that we were leaving. And that was a while ago, and she didn't come down.
Rose, you have another 2
Well,
hours.
she might not even be
That's up
facing
to
the
you.
right direction to see it.
Yeah.
She can see most things. She's the only person I'm afraid of finding me. If she didn't see that, well, maybe she touched the eye too and was struck blind, deaf, and dumb. But
Yeah, I mean, we're only going to be gone a couple of hours. I don't know. I mean, we could.
we're assuming we got a couple hours.
Okay, well, let's be expeditious then,
right.
because we don't want to be split apart if, say, Vagradan decides to home in on something that we may have picked up from the last adventure.
I think, well, to be fair, I think that Rose and Brennan would probably be the safest of all of us, considering it's the Endless Pinnacle. Now the rest of us, though, that's another question.
All
Well, we
right.
have the word of recall set, so let's at least stick together when we get there.
Oh, Eric, by
Yes,
the
sir.
way, Echo has gone through the cavern, and in one of these small dark corners of the cavern, he broke off a piece of a stalactite.
Ah,
And he's
humbug.
going to keep that. Yeah, and he's going to keep that with him.
I should have gotten you
Yeah.
into Nausea faster.
I wrote it in my notes, but I forgot to say it.
Oh,
yeah,
man, almost
okay.
got there.
You did.
Oh, okay. So, you guys are going to teleport to the lovely city of Nausea. And as you arrive, you hear a voice familiar to some, unfamiliar to others. Oh,
Oh,
We're at
wow.
teleportation circle.
you step out of the teleportation circle, seeing an
What?
individual in a blue cloak and a ornate mask.
Shadrach?
Holy shit, you're cool looking.
Where did he get a body?
My captain, Lord Ronaldus Basil, is quite generous. His enchanters are quite good. He spares no expense. Who are your friends, and should we slay them?
This is Testudinidae. No, he's a great and powerful, very good cleric.
Testudinidae, this is
And,
the undead that they were speaking about. And
Testudinidae just glances at him with a bit of thaumaturgy. His eyes glow, and there's a bit of a surge of divine power around him as he flexes his claws a moment and looks them up and down.
he bows graciously. The absolute fluidity is astonishing. It's almost like he's floating, and if you look at his feet, they are not touching the ground. He's just hovering a quarter inch off the ground there, and so when he bows, it's more of an air bow, a performance. But he is being respectful and welcoming to you, Testudinidae, showing deference to you.
And Rickard, I think Echo will motion to Rickard, a new member of our party as well. Quite capable swordsman.
These are both to be welcomed within the Blue Cloaks.
Yes,
Welcome.
Shadrach. I wouldn't bring them here if they weren't welcome. You should know me. Well, I'd say you should know me better than that, but I guess we've only really known each other a few days, to be fair.
Whatever you say, Lord Aymer. Should you teleport people here who are not welcome, you know that you have my swords and my skills. But welcome back home, Lord.
It's good to be home, buddy. I'm glad to see you're still doing well. Is Ronaldus around?
He is. He's without and dealing with a recent invasion of the Josozai.
Aaron kind of pauses. And kind of stops in his track, and he looks very, very oddly serious for him. Do you know where specifically he is, or do I need to just go find him in town?
Lord Ronaldus is at the gate of the Citadel, having
Thank you.
cleanup duties performed by the local constabulary, those who are lesser ranked, my lord.
Aymer nods his head in respect and immediately turns around and starts walking to the gate.
Please have a nice day. After
He lifts
all,
a hand up like a wave.
I am never thanked for my service. Lord
And he hears
Testudinidae,
that. He says, "Thank you."
Lord Echo, it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Testudinidae and Lord Ricard. He bows once again, being super gracious.
I think we lost Tetsu.
Yep, we lost Testudinidae.
Oh, maybe he'll jump back in real quick.
Ricard will just whisper in the sky, "It's Prince Ricard."
You could have just told him that. He's a good floating skull.
I like the new artwork. I hadn't seen that yet.
No one had.
I'll tell you what,
very
it's kind of cool having a good lich guard your just teleportation circle.
Demi-Lich. Yeah, I was kind of hoping they'd just stick his skull on on a mannequin or something.
That's probably what they did. Yeah, he's floating around, just pulling that mannequin around. It looks like a person.
A marionette, the arms going back and
That's
forth.
basically what's happening.
Yeah.
You could stab this
Oh.
thing 100,000 times and it wouldn't kill him because he's not in the body.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
It's a mannequin.
Yeah, I think we would I guess we need to head off to the gate first.
Sure.
Yeah, Amer's already gone. He's already started walking that way.
As you guys are
We're gonna
about to
follow-
leave,
We're going to follow Amor.
Shadrach
Amor.
will say, "My apologies, Prince Ricard."
Ricard gives a little bow.
He goes deeper than your bow, making sure that he shows deference to your nobility.
Ricard gives a little nod and follows Amer.
All right, cool. You guys can go out the front of the Citadel, where you find Ronaldus Basil standing amongst a crowd, directing traffic and generally being snooty.
Must be there. Ronaldus, I heard something happened.
Ah, my friends, welcome. Where is Lady Miss Rose?
Miss Rose is occupied.
Such a shame. But we have missed you. We have protected the city during an invasion of the Joseph's Eye.
The Jozo's Eye dare attacked us?
Yes, they sent 14 ships to Nausha. Rumors are that there are more headed to Ryport and even to South Cove. The Joseph's Eye are on the move.
I don't particularly care about South Cove, but to be fair, I personally don't have a lot of allegiance to the Roman king himself, but I do care about Nausha. Did anything happen to the city?
Several people were slain, but we have apparently some interlopers, some loyalists to Nausha who were members of the Longstriders Consortium who have associated themselves with the Blue Cloaks for the defense of the city. And these underdogs, shall we call them, have proven themselves quite competent, at least in a short-term conflict, of course, in providing defense to the walls. They are gone now, as they tend to run and hide as they do. You understand? The Longstriders are known to be finicky and fickle in their interests, and so we are left healing the wounded and recovering the cities proper. But with your assistance, I'm sure that we can take care of things quite well.
Yes, I'll be here for a short time, but being they attacked, I've got some plans and ideas.
We would love to hear them. Unfortunately, I do need to go ahead and take care of these other people. I must delegate duties to the other Blue Cloaks. Luca here is looking for a way to hunt down the remaining Joseph's Eye that might reside within the city.
Ooh, I will absolutely help out with that one. I also...
Oh, I'm sure it's beneath you, sir. The Joseph's Eye are trifling and not to be distracting from your greater good.
Yeah, I'm just feeling real bitter right now, and I just want to brutally murder them.
Understood. Also, I have been following your instructions and ensuring that the skywriting has been happening.
And Emerson starts laughing. He pats Ronaldus on the shoulder, and I'm like, "You're truly a good friend, Ronaldus."
He smiles at you. I appreciate the compliment, and it's an honor to be your friend.
He goes, "Well, I will be in town. Let me know if you need me. I also have a plan to, I might just go wipe out Garden Soil this week."
He looks a little bit shocked. Genocide, sir. That's beneath you.
Wiping out a city is beneath me? Oh, okay. Well, I thought it might be, a nice little thing to add to my resume. But, we can talk about this. I have some ideas.
Yep. So as you look at the sky, where he said that the skywriting was, currently it says, Amer wants to remind you that the Blue Cloaks are best.
Yeah. Amer looks up at it and smiles, and the wrath, you can tell, is still in his eyes. He's just faking it really well.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Cool.
Has he always had that eyebrow raised like that? It seems-
Always.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's always been the
I
guest.
just noticed it this time for some reason.
I will tell you that when I got the art originally, I'm like, I want the asshole version of Gaston, who's a good guy in shining armor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
I
you
got
got.
that vibe.
Yep.
Wrong lever.
All right.
I should be back now. I'm hotspotting off my phone.
Oh, okay.
Internet go down.
Everything good? You all right?
Oh yeah, it just
Well, hopefully that clears up for you. Sorry that you're
yeah.
having.
I got a text message from my internet provider saying the issue has been resolved, and then the internet went down.
That sounds about right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. um, yeah, I guess we head to Judas.
Cool. So you leave Ronaldus Basil here delegating to various other Blue Cloak members and head over to Judith's Intricacies and Oddities. By the time you arrive, she is back inside the bright orange shop with the clear glass windows. You walk in and hear the cheerful ding of the bell over the door. The scent
I
of
think-
apples and cinnamon wash over you. Welcome
I think-
back.
Yeah, I think Echo's kind of nervous. You know, before he even walked in, he got to the door and kind of paused and looked around, you know, for suspicious people or like he's expecting something.
Oh, you see suspicious people everywhere. Today,
Yeah.
all of the suspicious people that usually would be at the Longstriders Consortium are out on the streets.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what he's looking for. So he'll go in and kind of the same thing. He walks in, gets about 2 feet, and kind of looks around expectantly, but he doesn't know what he's looking for if he saw it.
Well, Borges, the black-skinned dwarf with the white linen pants and vest, is currently sitting on the stool, smiling broadly at you. And then he sees Testudinidae. Would you be going into the shop, Testudinidae?
Yeah, I'm not trusting these guys in a shop unsupervised.
Valid.
Yeah. That's fair.
As you walk in, the dwarf bouncer at the door looks up at you and smiles. Well, it's been a while. I haven't seen a cleric of Onwa in ages. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your appreciation on what provides and on what takes.
Onwa changes and Onwa resides.
Yeah, Onwa basically pulls an Onwa.
Hey, he smiles and goes, "That right." And you can tell that he's a worshiper, but not a active member of the clergy. He's just a person who worships Onwa.
Well, I mean, the core of worshiping Onwa is you can't take it terribly seriously because you can't take it more seriously than Onwa's taking it.
Exactly, which is strange. But as you guys come in, Judith greets you.
Did you have any visitors, Judith?
She smiles. I've had several visitors, yes.
I told a certain someone to come say hello. Did that certain someone, he's like using air quotes, come say hello?
She smiles at you. Who do you mean?
He kind of blinks, like, I'd rather not say his name out loud, but we'll call him your
yes.
old friend.
Oh, my old friend. Yes, he's been by.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Echo's very embarrassed and kind of looks at Judas like, you know, what are you going to do with this guy? It's like he didn't expect Amer to say anything and was kind of wishing he wouldn't say anything.
Oh, Echo, no, I told him to come say hello. I wanted to make sure he did.
I know.
She's been waiting a long time for that.
We had a
You're
very
right.
pleasant discussion.
Oh, good. I just want to make sure he said he was going to, and that was like the only thing I asked of him, so I wanted to make sure he did, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Echo kind of sheepishly walks off. He's going to go shopping.
He's going shopping? Testudinidae, you've never been into a shop like this. Would you have ever stuck your head inside of a bag of holding?
No, do not
Okay.
stick your head through any portal smaller than your shoulders.
Awesome. So, as you look in the shop outside is about 40 feet wide, and it looks like it's pretty deep. When you walked in, the vastness of this space automatically indicates that this is an extra-dimensional space itself. You can see that there are easily 100 aisles, if not more, going off to the left. Far down there, each of these aisles goes back 200 or 300 feet. There are mannequins that are posing in armor, flexing animated constructs that are displaying magical items of a variety of qualities, ranging from very rudimentary to artifacts contained in glass cases.
And oddly enough, I
is going to
believe
go looking around this place and how many aisles it has. Testudinide reaches into his pouch and fishes around until he reaches the bottom and says, "I knew I had some of these." He pulls out a few small chains of ceremonial bells, which he goes around and attaches to the belts of the party members.
Very well.
Why are you doing that?
Amer, think about it for a moment.
You realize I can walk and these bells will never move, right?
Uh-huh. You're still gonna jingle when you walk. That wasn't a request or a statement. You know what it was.
No, I mean, only an idiot would try anything in this shop. I mean, like a real idiot, not like a me idiot.
No, that clarification came a wee bit too late. And yeah, how was Ricard this morning?
Borges?
Yeah.
What did you do to the last person who tried to steal from this place?
Oh yeah, they're dead.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I was looking for. Do we have more detail? Did you dismember them first? Did you
He
Did
looks
you
at
flay
Judith
them?
and goes, I'd rather not go into it.
Okay,
And
so it was that good. Okay, good.
Testudinide, with your religion check, just by default, you will recognize the extreme power of the aura of truth that is on this shop.
Oh yeah, you can't lie in here either.
Mm-hmm. So
No,
sure.
we go outside if we're gonna lie.
we've stretched the truth a little bit, but we've never lied.
So,
But
what can I do for you today, gentlemen?
shopping.
Well, obviously, other than checking on my personal life.
Well, that was more, a little bit, I guess, a little bit.
It was being nosy into a
it's just-
lady's private matters.
Oh, what? Well, I do that a lot. To be fair,
That is fair.
I only did it this time because I wanted to make sure, the one thing I asked was followed through on. That's all.
All right.
Usually, I'm more comfortable talking to Borges.
We do have a tremendous amount of loot pulled from a dark castle on a foreboding island that has since been swallowed by a sphere of annihilation. You know, the usual.
She looks at
yeah.
you and her eyes widen slightly. You can tell she's impressed.
I might have turned the Isle of Shalash into a hole.
She smiles broader. That's good news.
I might have left.
I guess, Amer, that makes you a holy warrior.
Kind of, yes.
Oh.
I might have.
That's a good one.
You might
The
want
zone
to.
of truth is nothing compared to the power of puns.
You might. I don't know if you want to do anything about this, but I might have left like a half-mile in diameter orb of annihilation in the middle of the ocean.
That hopefully won't concern me anytime soon.
It's not, but I figure I'd let you know just in case.
I appreciate
I can't really do anything about that because I had to run away.
Of course.
But yeah, no, everything that place is or should be annihilated.
Very well.
Um,
So, how can I be of assistance today?
Well, let's see. What do we have to sell here? I gave the shard to Echo. I don't know if this is a place to sell lingerie or sex toys.
I will purchase
What do you
have.
mean? Clear? What, you've never been to aisle 69?
I can't say I've shopped for those here.
She smiles and winks at our friend Testudinide.
Yeah, Onwa can get freaky.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Amer reaches into his haversack and he pulls out the whole slew of lingerie
Awesome.
and the pillows and the sex toys. He also actually I probably should keep those.
How much are you going to ask for these?
I believe, given my eye, they're probably worth about 4,000 gold.
Is that what I told you, or is that what you're guessing?
That's what you told me.
Then she will give you, that's what they're worth. She will
Yes.
give you 50% on used lingerie and devices.
That is fair. I was just telling her what they're worth.
Right.
So we'll go 2k gold from that.
Yes, sir.
Remove that, and I'll put 2,000 gold. Split up later. Not anything else. Oh, I got what was it? Oh, you remember I talked about the Orb of Annihilation, right?
Yes.
Hold on, those all the scrolls you took, Echo, from the list? Echo?
Echo.
Echo? I'm gonna
Sorry,
assume
I was
those-
muted.
those-
Those are the ones that are free.
Those are the ones-
Testament grabbed some, and then I grabbed all the sorcerer ones.
you grabbed all those ones.
Yeah, so
Oh.
those are right there are free. Those we can sell.
Okay, those are the ones we can sell. So you took everything else. Okay, got you. I just want to make sure of what we have where. Okay. I'll need to math that.
Sure. Figure
Um,
that out for me, would you?
yes, I will absolutely math that. I already have the lists up. So, let's see. I gotta move this to another window because I don't
Sure.
want all of my windows top of each other. Okay, there's the magic. Okay, so then let's see. I have a set of master blacksmithing tools.
She will not buy those.
Okay. The Kraken Ink will want to keep. I don't think she wants to buy poison.
Nope. She will not buy poison. And she will condemn you if she sees it.
Well, I mean, I stole it. I didn't make it.
She's just going to chastise you with her eyes, being
I mean,
disapproving.
That's what she does to me in my general existence.
That's valid.
She can join the club.
Amber never said he was a good person.
So we can sell Echo's Reach. That's a custom item that he created himself. The whip.
Yep.
I
Oh,
think he's outgrown it and is ready to move on from it.
Cool.
I gotta see what level all of these scrolls are.
Cool. Echo's Reach. She will give you 2,000 gold for it.
Add that to the party.
Okay,
Amber.
I'll add another 2,000 for our splitting up. 4,000. All right. So alarm. Alarm is a first level spell. So we have one first level spell scroll, and then continual flame. What's that?
I don't know if you've added the 354 assorted gems.
It was 384 gold.
84 there.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I do have that there.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, you gotta add to the pile of gold. Second level scroll. I just gotta count all the types of scrolls up and how many we
Sure.
have of each.
Okay.
All right, and then we have protection from plants.
While they're doing this, Echo and Testudinide, if there's something, and Rickard, if there's something you guys are thinking to shop for, try to figure it out so that we can speed this up a little bit.
Well, Testudinide basically needs some very large gems for some upcoming spell casting.
Okay.
A 5,000 gold piece one, a 1,000 gold piece one, and several 1,000 gold piece ones that'll
Awesome.
be used up.
Notably, she doesn't have a lot of mundane gems. If you ask her about that, she will tell you that there is a vendor next door called the Black Diamond, and Terrell Oleodark is the one you would be dealing with. And to be cautious, because Terrell has a dislike for the male
Oh.
gender.
That's just 180 gold. Okay. The moment that name gets said, you hear Amer kind of coughs, and kind of shivers a little bit.
Yep. You also find
Very
no
visibly.
potions in the shop. She has none.
Rose, did we say we were going to sell some gems?
Yes, there's 384 gold pieces worth of gems that I gave to Aimer
Yeah,
for the
very
for
minor
the
gems.
the
Yeah.
divvying up of wealth. Yeah, she already.
Yeah. Resistance is a cantrip. So that's a whole whopping 10 gold. Sacred Flame is the first level?
Sacred Flame is a cantrip as well.
Oh, it's another cantrip. So 2 cantrips. So that's 20 more gold. Okay. So, this is up at 200. And then let's see, we had second level spell scrolls are 120. So that's 360, 560, 620 worth of scrolls.
Okay. And she's
Base
giving
price.
you 75% of the value.
All right, so 620, 75%. We're looking at, divide that by 4 is 100. Sorry, it's 465?
Sure, she'll go with that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, my math's fairly on point. So 465, okay. So that's good to all the scrolls.
Yeah, I think the big one is probably going to be the talisman of the sphere.
Yes. That's what I meant. That's what I was thinking about. So Aimer pulls out a talisman. Remember how I was Judith? Remember how I was talking about that? What am I thinking here? That
Sphere of
giant,
Annihilation.
that sphere of annihilation.
Yes.
Well, I have this talisman that allows you to control them.
This one?
Is that how it looks?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
She looks at it. I will purchase this from you, Aimer Shestina. How much would you like for it?
Oh. Well, It's very useful if you make use a spheres of annihilation, but spheres of annihilation are also limiting in how you can travel with them, which limits the effect of the talisman.
At the same time, there's an island-sized sphere of annihilation out there someone's going to have to deal with.
Yes, someone is going to have to deal with it. It's part of the reason why we're selling it, so another group can come buy it and deal with it later. I help preemptively set other groups up for adventures, you know?
Yeah.
That's one way to look at chaos. What would I roll to get an
insight check, please?
It's an insight check. Okay.
Yes,
I'll say I've got. This isn't a straight jewel. I do have jeweler's tools. No, that's investigation, not insight. That's the wrong one. Insight. Normal roll.
With a 19, this is worth a lot.
All right, I'm gonna. Would I add anything for adding my die 10 to it?
Yes.
I roll my die 10.
You got a 20.
Better than 19.
It is worth a very large amount of gold.
You know, Judith, I don't have an exact number here. I don't think I've seen the amount of gold this is worth in one hand. You know what I mean? Like in front of me.
I think that given the relationship between you and the shopkeeper here, I think that simply asking her for what she feels is what would be a fair value to result in happiness all around would be appropriate.
Yeah, I'm afraid she's gonna ask me to go outside if I say that, though.
She smiles. I will give
think-
you 80,000 gold for it.
Amber goes, deal.
It's better than what I was going to ask.
In the eye of Kyofu was 100 grand.
Yep. And
Yeah,
Amber
yeah,
will
but
hand her the talisman.
Okay. She takes it and very carefully puts it into a small lead-lined box.
Oh, we should actually purchase some of those if you have them.
She smiles. I have several, yes.
Yes.
How many would you like?
Yeah, This group needs to have a practice drill on how to execute lead box protocol when they're diving through ruins filled with horrors and monsters from beyond. And he's just speaking this
I-
not into anyone in particular, but his eyes dart to Aimer.
I've been into the true temple of Mosaba. Like, I tend to go places I shouldn't. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
but
love the
he
sigh.
Echo kind of
That
says
is
out
so
loud.
heartfelt. I love it so much. That is 100% valid
Echo
and
kinda-
100% real.
Yeah, I think Echo says out loud. I mean, I don't even know what the lead box protocol is.
You don't chew on it. That's the only thing I know about lead.
Yeah, it's not healthy to eat. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Don't keep your food in it.
So, how big of a box would you like to purchase, Tester Day today?
Let's go with some, say, 2-foot lead box panels that can be thus stored in the bag of holding and assembled around something we need to lead box.
All right, I need to double check something because I'm not sure if that actually fits. Let me double check.
I think 2 feet will.
2 foot? Yeah, it is 2 foot in diameter. So yes, the 2-foot panels would fit. So if you want to purchase a panel, we'll call it, what, 5 gold?
Sure.
Okay. How many panels would you like to purchase? And each one of these panels at 2 foot by 2 foot, I'm going to actually go and do a research thing real quick.
That's a lot of lead. Oh God, it's gonna be
Well,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's the thing, it only has to be a thin layer of lead. That's
Right.
the beauty of
Yeah.
lead. Yeah, you've seen the MythBusters lead balloon episode.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
So lead foil.
Yeah. She's not going to have exactly the super light lead foil, but we will do a quick weight thing here. So each of these, according to this, at 2 mil? I think 2 mil is good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 mil sounds reasonable. Is going to weigh. It's going to weigh in at 10 pounds each with the wood on top of it. I think that's valid.
Really?
Yeah.
That's heavy, man.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay. That's bigger enough. That was heavier than I thought.
Well,
No.
you said they're 2 foot wide panels, so it's
Yeah.
it's a lot of lead.
Yeah.
That's
It
big
is.
enough to hide a person in. Yeah.
Yeah, but you find the Lich's phylactery, and that's
Yeah.
lead box protocol.
Yeah. You still need the 6 panels. That's 60 pounds.
Yeah.
But I think 10 pounds with, a 2x2 piece of plywood plus the lead sheet makes sense.
Yeah. And let's also get some 6-inch panels for
Okay.
if we find something small.
Yeah.
So
she
just
has those.
lead box protocol in the it's wooden tongs and all that.
Sure. The wooden tongs are going to cost you a silver. She has those.
Uh-huh.
She also has satin gloves. If you'd like to take some black satin gloves.
Wouldn't hurt. Not
Okay.
sure they'd fit a Testadinidae, but yes.
No, they probably won't. But the panels for the lead boxes, there's these, they look like hinges, whereas there's a hinge pin that allows you to form boxes.
Also really useful if you ever have someone that you need to absolutely protect from divination magic. Stick them in the box.
Yep. So how many panels did you purchase?
6.
6, just the 6. Okay.
Actually, let's go with 7, just in case one breaks.
Sure. Okay.
Or I need something to bash over Aimer's head.
I mean, I can't argue that. As the player of Aimer, I cannot argue that one. I think that's all that I have to sell directly here.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
make
I've
sure
got the
we do
dragon-
mark down the weight on those, because that is a lot of weight for these boxes.
Yeah, we can stick them in the bag of holding.
Right. But
Once you
bag of
guys
holding
get
only
back,
holds 500 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's empty right now, so.
Echo's going to sell the dragon tooth dirk that he got in the
Awesome. Way back when in the reliquary?
Wailing City,
Weeping City.
and then
City,
yep, and then the wand of identify. He's going to sell it too.
Okay, the one I've identified, you're going to get 2,000 gold for. The Dragon Tooth Dirk, she will not purchase.
Oh,
Just
She doesn't,
buying
she,
things
oh,
she
from
doesn't-
Dragon.
she doesn't like dragon stuff.
yeah, that makes sense. I'm cool with that. So just add 2,000 to that.
I got it. Yeah, once we're done selling everything, we will divvy up.
Yep.
And
I do think we probably need to chip in for the gems that.
Tetsu has? Yeah,
that
no,
Tetsu
that's
did.
fair.
Yeah, because he's going to cast those spells on us anyway.
Indeed. Yeah, there's a particular spell that I wish I had had prepared. See, I was prepared in my spell casting to arrive at a place that just needed a cleric. I wasn't expecting to get shanghaied into a load of adventurers. So now I have spells prepared like Hero's Feast, and I just need the component. Imagine if we had that going in.
Well, James, we'll be back. We got a few more things to sell,
Of course.
and things to buy. So I don't know, back in like half an hour.
See you then.
Ricard
Amber-
will
Yes, sir.
do that thing where he kind of like walks up close to Judith and like turns his back to the party and he goes, "You guys do lines of credit here?"
She smiles at you. Very rarely, and only for trusted customers. How much were you looking to have as a line of credit, sir?
I was wondering, do you have a line under the name Karth?
She looks at you and raises an eyebrow. I've not heard the name Karth in quite a few years. No, none of them have a line of credit here.
Okay.
They don't have their Judith's card, you know.
The Judith's card. it's a very fancy bronze card, right?
Yep.
You know?
It's awesome. I want to apply for a Judas card.
I remember the Blue Cloaks and the Consortium.
Brendan should have a stamp card for all the arrows.
Darn right. freaking flyer, yeah.
Amer looks back at Ricard and goes, "Well, as of right now, before buying gems, everyone's slated to get about 14,000 golds. I don't think you're really gonna need a lot of credit, buddy."
And Ricard just like his eyebrows raised and he goes, "Oh, okay, I'm good, thank you."
He'll be back, Judith. And,
Of course. You guys walk
Amer
back out
goes-
into the street? Awesome.
Amer goes, "I think I want to go to the Consortium. As much as I hate talking to her, I think I need to talk to Leslie."
All right. Guys going to the Consortium. Awesome.
I think he talks to Leslie on his own, doesn't he?
Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, Leslie's not exactly the nicest person in the world.
No, she's not. So, would you invite others to come with you?
Yeah. Amer's like, "I need to go talk to Leslie. You guys are welcome to come along if you like. Cecilia's not here this time, so she might be a little nicer than last time, but I wouldn't hold my breath."
Oh, just real quick, character to character,
Yes, sir.
player to player. You were gonna bring up the aim, or you gonna bring up the soul jars?
That's what he's gonna do.
That's what he's
with
about to do.
Leslie. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leslie is the person who would deal in that kind of stuff.
yeah. That's why Amer's like, "I talk to Leslie."
When he says Leslie, Tester today, I'd like you to roll an insight check, please.
You might have to roll that for me. I try and open.
Very well. I will
I
roll a
20
d20
and
for
it
you.
goes to character.
Sure thing. 1d20.
Yeah, I'm going to subtly cast Silvery Barbs on that.
Okay.
Oh, well, no need.
You rolled the natural
There we
one,
go.
Tester today.
So I'm going to
I
try and
suppose
talk,
I can trust Amer in this instance.
I'm gonna-
That's a mistake, but okay.
hey, I'm gonna RP that one.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Amer was being very sarcastic. I guess he would take that as she's a lovely lady.
well,
Yeah.
well, that's kind of his black market contact, and Echo rarely goes on that trip. So I think he would try to talk Testadidae and heading to Fur Bowlers or somewhere else.
Okay, cool. So, Echo is encouraging
there's
you
a-
to go to the potion shop instead, Tester today.
Or what's her name? O'Doyle, whatever.
Terrell Oleodark.
There we go.
Uh,
O'Doyle,
and-
O'Doyle Dark.
And then anytime that name gets said,
Uh-huh.
Amer visibly shivers,
Right.
which
So-
is uncommon
What
for
is-
because
What did they sell there? I don't remember.
That's the jewelry, the gem shop.
Oh, the gym shop.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's head to the gym shop. That's perfect for us.
I'm not going there.
Yeah.
Sure.
My back still aches some days. And just
Understood.
hearing her name hurts it.
Yeah, gotta love the meta of the gem shop where you want to buy the 5,000 gold piece gem, and if they give you a discount, you have to go buy more. It won't work.
Amber goes, you guys have fun with her. Remember, last time I talked to her, she stabbed me. So, I'm gonna talk to Leslie, who's less likely to stab me.
To be fair, like the two women in Toivoa and Nausha who are most likely to stab you. Actually, no.
One has-
Leslie isn't a stabbing type. She's the blow you up kind of person. I
Or
think.
turn me into some sort of like zombie slave or something. Yeah.
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 Daggers are a little beneath her.
So,
Amer's more willing to take that one right now.
Sure.
She hasn't turned him into a newt yet.
Tester Dinner Day, you feel like you've gotten off with the nice side of the transaction set that you're going to. You're going to be much more comfortable going where you're going than where Amer's going.
Yeah, there's certain things. Well, let's just say that while Amer may have just sold a bunch of the sex toys, they were kind of his kin, and that a lot of them would go where they're not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a moment and we're going to pan the camera to the Longstriders Consortium, where Amer's going to come inside and I assume go straight up to Leslie's office.
He's gonna tip Brad a gold
Okay.
as
Brad
he
will
walks
thank
in.
you,
Just,
as he
just out
is
of-
currently trying to fight a dwarf who keeps trying to get into the kitchen.
Brad, I'll give you 10 gold if you knock the dwarf out with one of the pans.
He looks at you concernedly. I wish I could, but that's bad customer service.
I'll talk to your manager for you. Amer says and starts walking up the stairs.
All right. So, as you walk up the stairs, you walk down the hall to the last door on the left. The door is open, and coming out of the door, there is a woman with blue hair. Her midriff is showing, and she strides past you with a bit of a smile, a knowing smile. She waves, giving you little spirit fingers, and walks past.
Blue-haired woman. Does it bring any bells to Amer?
No,
Amer's like, huh. Weird. And he knows better than to just walk in, so he knocks on the door from the outside.
come in, please.
Hi, Leslie, it's me.
As you come in, your eyes are locked between the shoulders and the navel.
I know how this works. I was gonna stare at your tits anyway. You don't need magic for this, I keep telling you.
She smiles in the periphery of your vision. Take a seat, Amer. How can I be of assistance?
I have a few things to sell that might be up your alley.
She smiles. I'm sure. What do you have for me today?
well, I have some poison. He pulls out the vials of midnight tears.
Ooh. I've not seen these in quite some time.
Poison really isn't my forte. I like to kill personally.
Understood.
I'm not in the professional business anymore, so usually when I'm doing it, it's very personal. If I was still, in the business, I'd consider keeping these, but I feel like either you'll find some good use for them or pass them along to someone else who will.
I know just the person.
The less I know, the better. The
Very
question
well.
the question is what's our going rate?
Oh, plausible deniability is so valuable, don't you agree?
I have to, I work with Ronaldus on the side. I have to try to keep these things
On the
in their own
hush
buckets.
hush.
Yeah, he's not always the brightest guy, but I already do enough things to him. I'm trying to walk that line. He still hasn't figured out that I'm eating all the food in his house. So, one thing at a time.
I'll give you 1,000 gold for each of the poisons. How many do you have?
7.
7,000 gold worth of poison. I'll make sure that it's distributed appropriately to the appropriately evil people.
Good, evil. That's
Oh no,
a matter of perspective.
not delivered for use with them, but upon them.
Oh, again. Yeah, totally Landfear vibes. I agree. Again, kind of indifferent to me. You use them how you see fit. That's not the juiciest part of what I have, though.
What is?
Amer reaches into his haversack and he starts pulling out jars with the dredged gunk inside them, and he lays them on the table.
How many do you have?
14.
Okay.
I wanted to get more of these, but I can only pilfer so much. These have, I guess, the
I know
bits
what
of
they have.
Okay, perfect.
Exciting.
This seemed right up your alley to me. Sure, Verm might have used them. Sure, I
think
could
it's
have.
time for you to stop speaking.
Ooh. Amer kind of puts out his hand and points to it.
I will give you for each of these 3,000 gold.
Amer said he rather than talk, he just pulls out his pouch and holds it open.
She reaches down and produces a small bag of gems and counts them out. And you can see them because she's intentionally holding the gem pouch right in the center of her chest and pulls out each gem, and it glitters as it comes out visually from her cleavage. She will place them on the table in front of you and slide them provocatively into your pouch. Afterwards, she smiles. Did you have anything else for me, young man?
Good, thanks. Can I leave now?
You may. And
Amer,
with my thanks. I appreciate it, and I'll ensure that these are disposed of properly.
I fully believe you, Amer says, and he gives a thumbs up as he walks out the door.
Very well. And as you walk out the door closes. And as the door closes, you walk down the hall, feeling relieved that you no longer have these blasphemous items in your possession. And the camera pans behind the door, where the lights have gone dim, and Leslie looks at the jars. Steepling her fingers, she's going to say, well, it's time to drain a dragon of its power. And that's when you are able to return downstairs.
Huh.
Sucks to be Vagardam. But Amer doesn't know that, but Joe does. So Amer's just kind of whistling, pretending he's not shook into his core a little bit because he absolutely detests dealing with Leslie.
Yep. Brad is there. He's finally gone. You know what's a crime against food? A1.
I mean,
That
on a lot of things I
dwarf
agree.
is a
You know,
crime against humanity. And
dwarf
all
is?
food.
Do you want me to go throw him in the ocean? I can go throw him in the ocean.
I think you'd have a lot of fun doing that.
I think I would too. We can make a party out of it. Let me get Ronaldo. Ronaldo. Adding his names. It's been a long day.
Freudian slip there, Renozzle.
Ronaldo.
I can't say that I'd like you to do it, but I can't say I wouldn't either. Have a wonderful day. Would you like some gorp?
Amer pops. I don't want to eat anything with that term ever. That sounds terrible.
I have some teriyaki jerky.
I'll take that.
He hands you a small paper bag of teriyaki jerky. Containing
Amer
1
hands
pound of jerky.
Amer hands him 5 more gold. Keep the change.
He thanks you so much, shaking your hand profusely. You're always my best tipper.
You deserve it, Brad.
Thank you.
And let me say, if you ever kick the dwarf, I promise to tell Tono that you didn't do it.
Sounds good.
Amer kind of waves him off and goes and stands about 100 feet away from the jump shop.
All right. So we go back outside into Nausha proper. Awesome. As you
I
guys
can picture during this time,
Yes, sir.
Tistinide has stopped into a little souvenir shop and has come out with a small wooden case containing a variety of flask-shaped vials.
Okay. There's not a lot of them. In fact, this shop at the moment, because of the invasion and stuff that happened, frankly, in other campaigns in this connected universe, we're going to roll 1d20 to determine how many small vials there are available.
I
There are
trust you, this is just setting you up for a series of very terrible jokes.
I understand. But yes, there are 9 small glass vials available
Mm-hmm.
for, let's say, silver each.
Very good. I now have 9 vials that he is going to inscribe with various things.
Sure. Awesome. As you are then, after visiting the little tchotchke shop, are able to go next door to Terrell Oleodark's shop. As you and Echo Rex walk over there, is Ricard going with them?
Yes.
Awesome. Out front of the shop, there is a black throne with a purple cushion on it. The throne shines in the sun, glittering, and you can see the reflection of you guys walking up in it. Next to the throne, there is a drow man, bald, currently scrubbing the floor around the ground, around the throne, with what looks like a toothbrush. As you guys walk up, the shop's name is the Black Diamond. Do you wish to go inside?
Yes.
All right. As you walk in, the proprietor is standing behind a glass case and does not meet your gaze, but rather looks past you as if you're not actually there. The disdain is real.
Madam, I believe we would like to deal in gems with you on behalf of our lady.
She sighs heavily. Very well. She produces a black velvet and places it on the counter. Please roll a persuasion check before we continue to determine how well you're going to negotiate with this individual. Because I'm not going to refer to her as a lady. Okay. Awesome.
And I kind of just look at Testadinidae and say, hey, tell her what you need.
Tissadinidae approaches and says in a very neutral tone of voice, because after all, I don't have a soundboard I can do
Right.
for what you know. But using I'm using a bit of thaumaturgy to distort his voice into a very neutral tone. Says, "Greetings. I wish to request one of the larger gems and several of the moderate ones, suitable for advanced spellcasting." Because fortunately, turtles are not sexually dimorphic.
She looks at you. Interesting. It's been some time since I dealt with your kind. What exactly do you desire? Be precise.
A gem capable of acting as the focus for a gate spell. I also
Ooh.
seek.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes. I have many friends I wish to call upon. There is also gems suitable for the Hero's Feast spell. And finally, no, yeah, I'll get to that one later.
Okay. So she will provide a very elaborate diamond. It's slightly golden in color. It's got beautiful clarity. It's got this golden color to it. And there is a flaw in it, but it does accentuate its beauty quite nicely. She will give you a jeweler's loupe to inspect the gemstone yourself. Have you inspected gemstones in the past, Testudinidae?
He has not.
Okay. So with disadvantage then, I would like you to roll an insight check. And would you inspect it?
He would hold it up to the light and inspect it.
Okay. Wow. Awesome.
Oh, dude.
Nailed it. This is exactly
Yeah,
the
dude.
type of gem you're looking for. And with your unpracticed eye, you can tell that this gemstone is not from the material plane, as the diamond has a liquid core.
Quite the import you have here.
She smiles. I have various customers who sell and buy. I trust that such a purchase would be a regular thing, so I'm happy to sell.
Oh, fantastic. Fellow here has the coins. And
Oh,
gestures
your
towards
slave.
our walking
I
wallet.
understand.
Yes, they, when it comes to one's hands, one must not handle that which has been handled by inferiors.
Indeed. It's a pleasure to have someone with such a discreet taste. As far as the goblet for a hero's feast, I have but one. It is quite gaudy and unpleasant to the eye, and I would be happy to get rid of it from my case.
Well, that is wonderful. We will be happy to take it off your hands, as the magics it will challenge will both rend such an ugly thing from this world and provide tangible benefit.
She brings it out. Testudinidae, this goblet, we'll call it, is made of mud. It is no more than clay and dirt, gaudily encrusted with gemstones in a haphazard way that have just been embedded in the mud of this cup. It has not
think we
been
just
crafted
found-
well.
I just think we just found what Aimer would have picked in Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade.
Yeah. It legitimately, this item was crafted by an 8-year-old boy.
Oh, Gio made that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No one has bought one since he sold it here.
Will it do for our purposes? I mean, I
It
gotta
will
look at
do.
that today.
It will.
The amount of gemstones in this thing, it's like going and taking a cereal and dumping it into a bowl of chocolate milk, and that is what you have.
Sounds good, actually.
It'll work.
It'll work, but
Brad
man,
sell that?
it's not going to be pretty.
It's what happens to your kitchen if you leave a 5-year-old alone in there with a bedazzler.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Not that I'm speaking from experience.
It's ugly, it's horrible, but it will work.
So again, Aimer.
So, Testy, what do we spend here?
That would be 9,000 for. Sorry, 6,000.
Right, 6,000. 5 for
Yeah,
the gate diamond and 1,000 for the hideous goblet.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna remove
And-
that from the
and
total
some-
gold we have. If Echo wants to spend it, I'm gonna remove it from the party
Yeah.
gold for this event, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
that makes
for
the
the
math
record-
easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
You will have disadvantage on style points for your hero's feast. Just saying.
Well, Testudinidae has never been a chef, so to speak. The turtle palate is not exactly a refined one. He's no elf.
Understood. I'm just for the flavor of it. When it happens, it's going to be you guys have seen the movie Hook. It's going to be that kind of feast. So,
It's a fun kind of feast.
it's a fun kind of feast.
Mhm.
Bangarang.
Yeah, so I look at Tester Dende and it's like, are we done?
I believe we are. Yes.
A pleasure doing business with
And
you.
Echo will thank her for her time, and he will,
She ignores you.
bow and retreat kind of thing
Yeah.
out the door.
She does not acknowledge Echo's existence.
Oh, and one more thing, just to retcon if we can,
Sure.
that we would have purchased at the other shop, the 1,000 gold piece Holy Reliquary for the Holy Aura spell.
That's fine.
But I'll add that here as well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, gonna have that up when we try and decurse the staff.
Understood.
I love Holy Aura. It's so
Ooh.
good.
Oh yeah.
All right, so another minus 1,000 gold. Okay.
Cool.
I think Echo's good.
Awesome.
So if Amer's done, I guess we could meet back at Judas or
No,
Barbo.
Amer's 100 feet outside the shop, literally flipping it off with both of his fingers from outside of the range of the shop.
Now,
Okay.
why would you do that when you could do it with Skyrite?
So I already used my wand today.
And also, Leslie is scary, so.
I mean, Amer skyrides all the time and doesn't. No, he's flipping off the Dark Elf.
Oh, the Dark Elf. I thought he was
Yeah.
flipping off
No,
Leslie's window.
No. Leslie's terrifying name. Amer doesn't do well with people who have like tremendous amounts of power more than him. Like he's also like weirdly like with anyone like that. He's like I'm gonna watch myself here. But the Dark Elf, he just hates her.
Yeah, it's valid. All right. So, where are we going next? Back to Judith's?
All right. Amer goes. Okay, everyone here.
Motion. Yeah.
Amer will first before our shopping spree goes. Let me give you guys your proceeds.
Before we
of,
continue, did Amer
yeah.
cast Amer's walkie-talkie at the start of the day?
No.
Okay, so Brennan is not involved in the Amer talkie.
And it's only a mile radius.
Understood.
So
It would
yeah,
work.
even if Amer did, it'd only be for people in town.
Okay. Very well.
Yeah, this is on faith. Yeah.
Yeah.
I trust him.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, they know there's things to trust Amer with, and there's things not to.
Right.
If they want lots of gold, yeah, usually a good thing. If they want to not be wanted in a city, probably don't do it.
All right.
Just saying,
divide
there's
this by
a-
6.
Good, Brennan?
There's a plot that you can write, and I don't know what that is yet.
All right.
And let's see.
So you
Let's
guys go into Judith's intricacies and oddities once again.
All right. That is everyone's gold. You have 21,910 gold pieces, 8 silver, and 3 copper.
Thank you, sir.
And
I feel like
Amer-
I'm playing Skyrim.
Amer's just gonna like take a guess at how many arrows were wanted from Brennan.
21,910 gold worth.
Gold worth. Pretty much. Actually, yes.
Well,
At least
I,
half of that. At least half of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
shopping for Brennan is a matter of trial and error, or should I say trial and arrow?
Trial and error, exactly. Yep. That's pretty much correct. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of tested today. It's like, well, he's not wrong.
Right.
Not wrong. Yeah,
There's your
Amer-
sane magic prices for those of you who are there.
Yeah. Amer's gonna spend half of the gold on arrows for Brennan. Because Brennan might want money for potions later on, or booze, or any other thing that he wants. So, all right, I'm gonna get my minor shopping list. Is there anything that isn't like? Most stuff I want is actually potions and stuff. So if people want to go to Judas, they can go and shop at Judas. Yeah.
Can I get a quick price check? Are there any potion belts with more than 3 slots?
She would
And
not
if
have
so, what are they?
those.
Okay.
There's a leathersmith who might have those, and Farboiler might. It's hard to say with that guy. First off, it depends if he's sober, and second off, it depends if he decided to make any. It's hard to tell with him. I'm not sure what that guy does, to be honest with you, besides have Jimmy do all his work.
Do you know how much they might cost?
I don't remember them being terribly expensive, but I haven't bought. It's been a long time since I bought mine. I don't think I spent more than 1,000 gold on it. I think it may have only been a couple hundred, to be honest with you.
Well, Eric, you know the 3 custom magic items Testinity is getting. Wink.
Can you send me the refresher on those?
Will do.
Thank you.
Judith doesn't do the Bloodwell vial. Who was it that I saw?
Verm.
Verm.
Mr. Verm would do
Yeah.
that.
So Echo's going to go do that. He's going to go talk to Verm.
All right. So, if you guys aren't going to purchase anything from Judith at the moment,
I'm just gonna get. Does she sell magic ink?
she does sell magic ink. Yes.
All right. Is there a limit to how much magic ink I can buy from her?
There is currently. She has. I need to go check the spreadsheet. She has currently in her possession. She has 12,340 gold.
I'm gonna buy 2,000 gold worth of magic ink.
Okay.
And I guess I probably need paper to make scrolls with too.
Yep. And the papers 1 silver each.
1 silver each. All right. I'm gonna buy 100 sheets of paper, so 10 gold.
Okay. You buy a ream.
Okay, and then arrows of slaying. So those are 600 gold each.
Yep. How much of Brennan's money
And-
would you spend?
About half of it. So if I take this, I'm writing everything down to make sure I have. Actually, I have the total gold for him too. So if I divide this by 2 and divide that by 600, I would get him 18 arrows of slaying.
Okay. Somewhere Brennan's spine tingles with the power that he's about to receive.
All right.
Oh yeah. So his trigger finger.
Spend like an extra 10 gold to get him the arrows of slaying in like really fancy cases.
She would be able to do that. Absolutely. She would sell the cases with them. Yep.
All right.
The fancy box. Hell yeah.
All right. So that's his. The only thing I would like to do is go to my. I guess we're gonna go Mr. Burns first for Echo.
All right.
Give me some time to get my potions
Yep.
going together.
And, yep.
So we go to Mr. Verm's shop. Awesome. You guys go to Mr. Verm's library. Grab Mr. Verm. Oh, damn. He's being hard to grab today. All right.
Aha. We know him rather well.
Yes. As you come up to his shop, you can see him through the window, currently reading a book. But out front of his shop, there are a complete, fully grown and blooming bed of tulips. The bright red
That's
flowers
me.
are welcoming.
Amer goes,
I did that.
you might not want to touch those, Tetsu. just to let you know,
What did you do? This
they're not
time.
mine. They're just they kill people.
Rose planted those. Yeah.
Yeah, they kill people. So I was just more letting you know that they're, they kill people.
You know what? You're. What can I say? Yep. I got nothing.
Yes.
I don't either.
He's
Well,
actually
let me clarify.
speechless.
I have things, none of which are appropriate for. Wait, the player does have things, but none of which are appropriate for Twitch chat.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it this way. I just don't want you to die. This has nothing to do with me. It's just a warning that they're
Yeah.
there.
They're very pretty, but don't pluck them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Legitimately-
can't say I've got nothing because then he wins. Okay.
Tested it
Yeah,
today.
Tetsu just
You got your
Tetsu
life.
just taps his staff of flowers and causes a sunflower to pop up, which he then flicks the head off and just starts munching on sunflower seeds.
Valid.
Yeah.
Just as a point, this is the first time that it hasn't been Amer's fault.
I fixed it. It was a barren wasteland because of like 3 other parties all rolling nat ones trying to fix this flower bed.
That's 100% valid. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
give him a little bit of perspective that this is not this party's fault. They are doing the best they possibly can.
Yeah, Amer's like, you can blame whoever you want. If you want to die, you can go ahead and deal with it. I'm just giving you fair warning. Rose brought him back here for the guy. He's a nice guy. I don't know why he wants flowers to kill people, but that's his prerogative, not mine.
Can't you just have like the normal kind of flower that eats people, like the big carnivorous plants?
I don't think Ronaldo's would be very happy about that. But again, I might be part of the law here, but I'm not that well versed in the law here.
So, you guys going inside?
Yep.
As
May
you
as
do
well.
so, you can smell the scent of vanilla candles burning in the room, and he looks up at you and closes the book, placing it in a drawer. Very welcome once again, Mr. Echo Rex, and he reaches out to give you a handshake. You've brought friends. Most welcome to my library. Please make yourself at home. There's tea and coffee. The pot is currently warm. Make yourselves comfortable.
Mr. Verm.
Hello,
you.
Amer. Miss Rose? Where's she?
She gaining enlightenment or something, like she says. I don't know. She's on
For
top of
the
a mountain.
first time since you've met him, there's a wink of, not a wink, but a glimmer of humor in his eye as he will raise an eyebrow of curiosity at this.
She climbed the top of this mountain and she didn't want to come down. I told her we were going to Nausea and she apparently wanted some type of mountain instead or something. I don't know.
What mountain did
amazing
she
how you
climb?
Oh, sorry. It's amazing how you can just suck all the spirituality out of something the way you describe it.
I mean, this is Amer.
Yeah.
He remember what he says to you.
Yeah.
You're talking fortune cookie wisdom.
Fortune cookie. Yeah. No.
So once again, I find myself in need of a bloodwell vial.
Interesting. This way. The rest of you make yourselves comfortable.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that again. I've seen enough of that for a lifetime, I think.
And he
Yeah,
will
this is
take
one of those.
Echo towards the back of the shop. Is anyone going to follow, even though he said not to?
Amer is sitting down and putting his foot up and kind of like reading the titles of books. He's totally checked out of all of it.
Sure. The first book you see is called The Scent of the Sea.
It sounds like some sort of erotica that Cecilia would have read, huh? I'll pick it up, and he'll pick it up and start reading it.
Okay. It's about a mermaid. I can give you the text if you so choose. It's also on the wiki.
I'll check it out on the wiki later.
It's actually very fleshed out. You can thank Mio from the Tuesday group for that. Up to you guys. But as he takes Echo to the back, the rest of you are left to your own devices in a very well-stocked library.
I think at the mention of what was it, Bloodwell vial?
Yes.
Monty would like fly out of Ricard's hair and just kind of like follow them in. Ricard would be like, "No, Monty," and he'll just like let him go.
Would you stop Monty or not?
I would try to for a second, but then just kind of like not try to make a big deal out of it and just see if he can do his thing.
Okay. As Montalban makes his way towards the door in the back, Mr. Verm looks over his shoulder at Montalban, and I need Montalban to make a wisdom saving throw against the intimidation that is currently happening. You can just roll a d20 if you choose. So with an 18 that was whispered to the GM. So with an 18,
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I would say that Montalban might continue. So Mr. Verm is going to reach up and grab the bat out of the air. As he does so, he doesn't do it to hurt the bat, seeing that it came from you. He turns it and kind of gently releases it back in your direction, like grabbing a pet bird that's been out of its cage and redirecting it to fly in a different direction.
Yeah, regards like, oh shit. Sorry, Montalban, get your ass over here.
Yeah, Emer puts the book down. You don't want to get between this. Mr. Firm is just let him do his thing. It's gonna be there for the best. I don't even want to go back there. It's not. Stuff isn't for the faint of heart or the faint of bat.
So Echo,
That's my bad. But Montalban says he's sorry.
he nods. I understand the plight of pets. And he closes the door, taking Echo Rex into the back.
Yep.
Echo? The ritual that occurs back here is best described as sterile, very meticulous, clean, and exacting. Every precision instrument involved is placed perfectly parallel on a silver tray, and you do not feel pain as he withdraws blood from your arm.
Yeah. Echo's been through this before. It's one of those, necessary, I guess.
Yeah, but last time you had it done by
pleasurable
Akatea at the bakery?
No. Last time it was
No,
actually
no.
on the ship.
Oh,
by
it's on
that
the ship,
crate,
you're right.
And he
Yeah, I
had his
think
whole
that's
chest
right.
cut open. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the cost of these. So what is the +1, +2, and +3?
It's the same as the weapons on the sheet.
Oh, okay.
So you're looking for a +3, I believe.
Yeah.
16K.
16,000 gold.
Yeah. Okay.
And
He'll sit still and go through the process.
you guys are left in uncomfortable, well, I guess comfortable, solitude while an hour passes as this is being performed in the back. You guys have access to tea, coffee. There's a couple small cookies. They're peanut butter with chocolate chips embedded in them. That's nice. It's not great, but they're tasty.
He wasn't screaming this time.
Yeah.
Huh, that's pleasant. Last time it was way worse.
There is not a
Yeah, it was.
peep that comes from the back. Mr. Verm is quite professional, and Echo Rex has suffered no pain from this process.
Emer looks over at Tetsu today and was like, last time this happened, you could have probably heard Echo scream from about half a mile away.
Well, if you just needed some blood out of him, I could have gotten some out of that. I mean,
I have no
I'm
idea.
kind of a doctor, you know.
I have no idea exactly what's going on there this time. But last time I saw his live beating heart.
Yeah, that's
I don't think Echo was expecting this.
Yep, Mr. Verm is a professional, and you can tell that he's done this type of things before, Echo, and you don't feel any discomfort at all. It might have been that he slipped some anesthetic in there. Might have just been he's that good with sharp instruments. It's hard to tell the
I'm
difference.
pleasantly surprised.
it's a good thing the last time this happened. Then when when the thing happened with his heart, that he didn't accidentally touch the eye of Kadrin and fall under its influence. Because think about it, heartless, brainless, and with no vision, he'd be a shoo-in for a politician.
Goodness.
Yeah, that was a long time ago with the boat thing.
Yep.
But
after the hour...
Well, you mean on the ship. Boats go on a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after the hour, Mr. Verm returns with Echo Rex. Echo, you've been given a glass of orange juice.
Thank you, sir. That was rather pleasant compared to the last time I went through this.
I tried to be
So
discreet.
Tessa J leans on the counter and talks to the proprietor. Says, "So, do you know why drawing blood's an unrewarding career?
Why?
Because all your work is in vain."
He smiles at that. That's a very good one. Are you a member of the house?
I am a medical practitioner, but I am new to the region here.
You may have good taste.
I'd hope not. There are a lot of recipes for people of my persuasion.
Not where I'm from. Your people are most respected.
Well, that is good to know, and certainly my friend here chose wisely in coming to your patronage.
Thank
Shop.
you.
Words.
I did not catch your name, sir. May I know it?
Tested a high cleric of Anwa.
And I am Bluebonnet Verm. Nice to make your acquaintance. And he reaches for a handshake.
Tested will extend a hand and say, and if you ever want to be a high Vern, well, I've got some herb if you want to go to the alley out back.
He smiles. I'm afraid that's not in my habits. And when he shakes hands with you, his hand is cold.
Well, he was just working on a kobold, so.
Yeah. So
bear in mind, when Tessidinde says he's a high cleric, most clerics of Anwar at some point are a high cleric.
Yes. And he got that, and that's why he's dismissing it, because he does not partake in any mind-altering substances.
Normally Tessidinde wouldn't either, but after dealing with this group.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, anything else you need from Mr. Verm?
No, sir.
All right.
Thank him.
He thanks you once again, and he can now pay rent for the next couple of years. Gotta pay rent somehow, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And
Eric,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna up my magic ink purchase to 3,000, please.
Very well. That's fine. We can go ahead and just gloss over
Yeah,
that.
I just wanted to. Yeah.
Thank you for checking in. All right. Anything else you guys want to do in Nausha?
I need to hit far boilers.
Awesome.
boilers.
Cool. You guys walk over to Mr. Farboiler's shop. As you approach, you can see that the landscaping has gotten worse. The metal fence outside has been torn up and balled into a mess of wire. The landscaping itself has been uprooted and torn. And the door to the shop lies face down inside the shop.
I didn't think something could actually improve this place, but it did.
Yeah. This is bananas. Is this the place that like all the players' characters trash? It's like,
And it was probably done by the Joseph's Eye, to be fair.
well, yeah, I guess it could have been Joseph's Eye. It's just every time I come, this place is in worse shape than when we left.
And it's never all our fault. We actually haven't done anything terrible to him, even though he deserves
Does the
it.
sign still say fart boilers?
Tested in a day. The sign out front is the only intact thing on this building, and it is fresh. The sign looks brand new, except for where it once said Far Boilers Potions. It now has a dagger strike through it. That is a fresh dagger cut that has a T in there. So it now reads Fart Boilers Potions.
Tessidinde just looks up at the sign, looks down at Aimer, looks at the sign, looks at Aimer.
I didn't do it. I would have done it, but I didn't.
Press X to doubt.
Someone did it before me, okay?
Fun fact, out of character, that T was added in a campaign that I played with Eric many years ago.
I was kind of hoping I'd get to add it again, to be fair. I was hoping since it was a brand new sign, like I'd give
Out of
back to it
character?
first.
It's not this T. It was the previous T. They repaired the sign and re-added the T.
Yeah, you'll see
this
why in a
past week.
second.
Yeah.
At least I don't touch the doorknob.
Yep. So you guys going inside?
May as well.
Yep.
Cool. As you go inside, the place has been burnt. There are fragments of glass all over. There is no intact vial in this shop. The glass cases have been shattered, and it's wrecked.
That's not good for us.
Hey, Fireboiler, what'd you do to improve the place?
There's no response.
Jimmy!
There's no response.
Oh no, not Jimmy.
I didn't care about Fireboiler, but I liked Jimmy.
You think he was hurt in the invasion?
Can I get an investigation check from you guys?
Oh, one of my favorite skills.
Right. $28. Awesome. Echo Rex is more paying attention to the charred room. Would anyone else like to roll an investigation?
Tessa Dene is just idly leaning on the wall, using his mage hand to move pieces of glass off the floor.
Okay. Awesome. So,
Picard's just munching on some peanuts that he bought off of a street vendor.
okay. For the record, if you bought peanuts from a street vendor, they are pork flavored.
Okay.
That is just a canon thing. The guy who sells peanuts here in Nausea is a pork vendor. He roasts them in pork fat. So
They're damn good.
yeah, the bacon grease peanuts. But which is actually pretty good, just saying.
Porcus.
Yeah. But Amer, as you go into the shop and look around, you lean over the counter, and there are 2 dead bodies behind the counter.
Uh-oh.
Like, are they? Is it Fireboiler and someone else, or is it 2 random dead bodies?
With your investigation check, these are too tall to be Mr. Farboiler, as they appear to be your height. And they do not have long arms like what you would expect of Jimmy.
I've seen Jimmy's arms; those are not normal arms. So it'd be very obvious if Jimmy was dead.
Both bodies have had their jaws torn from the skulls, and the jaws are now resting on their chests.
Ooh, I bet you Jimmy did this. Is like the back curtain open or anything like that? Like,
You look at the back curtain, it has been burnt. The beads have been scattered across the floor. You look around, you see several wires indicating hidden traps that had been placed inside the shop, attached to small hammers. Explosions have gone off in this shop. And tracing the wires with your 28 investigation, you can find that there is a pull that can be activated near the back door that if you were to pull on it, would activate these small hammers, breaking the glass of the vials that had been there, causing the explosions to go off. This place was torched by the proprietors.
we gotta go find Jimmy and Fireboiler. They blew up their own shop. Probably, I bet the Joseph's I got in here or something.
Yeah, they probably had a good reason. But, I mean, yeah.
Remind me to go. We really should have sat Garden Slow when we were there, Echo. I know we had, like, important things to do, but I feel like we should at least burn half the city to the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another thing that you do discover with your investigation check is that there are fragments of a strong box embedded in the walls and the doors, the ceiling, and floor. There are bits of gold coins that have been shrapnelized by a bomb.
God, I never tried to rob this place. They even blew the gold up.
Well, it might have been, if this was robbers, it might have been they took the strong box from somewhere else and tried to hit this place too, and then...
If it was the JoJo's Eye, they would have done a lot. I'm gonna guess it was them. Are there any footprints anywhere or anything?
Yes, with your 28 investigation check, you can see that there are a myriad of footprints. You can count, other than the ones done by your party with your 28 investigation. We're going to allow you to know which ones are your party's. Inside here, there are a total of 11 sets of footprints.
Ricard is suddenly like, "Oh, this place isn't normally like this. Okay,
I mean,
okay."
it's pretty close to be fair, but not this bad. Okay, like it's a pile. I'm gonna guess though that when the Josephs I attacked, they tried to ransack the shop. And Jimmy or Farboiler blew it up in defense. I guess we can just go ask around for them. They gotta be around here somewhere.
Yeah, you could try asking their neighbors.
Who is next door to the shop, Eric?
There is a cobbler, a shoemaker next door. He's currently closed. They are not at home. On the other side, there is a small tavern. You've never been inside, but it's one of these little four-stool bars.
Amer's gonna let's look over the tavern. Let's ask real quick, and maybe I can get something to drink for the ride.
Okay. So, as you walk next door, the place is called the Rusty Mug. The Rusty Mug is what that one is. I don't know why so many things are the mug, but the Rusty Mug is the one next door. And the individual in charge of it is a man by the name of Randolph. With an F. I will copy and paste his name for you guys.
Amer, he walks in. Is anyone in here?
There is someone in here at the moment. He is a yellow tiefling with curved horns.
Amer looks at him and goes, "Huh, tiefling, haven't seen one of these in a while. What's doing?" And then he kind of shakes it off a little bit and goes, "Excuse me, barkeep?"
Yeah. Can I do for you?
I'm looking for old man Fart Boiler and Jimmy. Have you seen them?
Fart Boiler. Would
Yeah.
have been 3 days ago.
Did he escape? Did the Joseph's eye hit his shop?
Not dead. But
Well,
you
no,
know
but
what? I did see a couple of them, Joseph's Eye fanatics going in there, And, then they were followed by a set of 6 people, and then another set of 5 people went in there. Apparently, everyone's going in there and looting the place. Freaking Blue Cloaks need to... I'm sorry, sir. I wish that your organization would appropriately take care of things.
Yeah, I mean...
Get off your asses, you know what I mean.
I can't argue with you on that. Listen, I just stopped dragon invasions and stuff like that. I happen to be out on, business and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Just
think it was
ignoring the little guys.
Well, I mean, that dragon that, laid eggs over the city?
I heard that some Blue Cloaks were complaining about it. I didn't see shit.
Oh, well, I mean... yeah. Listen, I'm looking for Farboiler. I'm not trying to loot a shop, okay? I want to make sure he's still alive and where he is.
If Farboiler torched his own shop, he's alive somewhere, and I don't have a clue where he is. Probably out in the woods somewhere in some hidey hole.
Oh, sweet and merciful. I don't think I care about him that much.
That's fair enough.
I just want to buy some potions, I pay for things sometimes.
Well, I got a couple. And with your passive insight, he looted the shop before all the potions got destroyed.
Oh, you got some, Mom. Well, I mean...
And
okay.
he will produce 4 potions of supreme healing and 6 potions of regular healing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
The Supremes, I guess, but...
They're all
I
useful.
love
in their
how
own
you
way.
guys are so dismissive of
No, I
potions.
was wanting some how we say niche potions, but well, I'm not here to cheat out a shopkeep and the town I'm protecting when I get around to it. But how much for the 4 potions of supreme healing?
He looks at you. 500 gold.
Each or
Oh yeah,
Or
each.
total.
Yeah, each. If you had not said anything, he was going to charge you 500 gold for all of them.
I'll give you
But-
1,000 for all 4.
He goes, "Oh no, 500 gold each."
All right, I guess I'll tell Ronaldus that you're taking potions from Fireboiler shop. Oh,
Fine,
man.
1,000 gold. Fine.
See, I knew we could come to terms, and Amer will hand him 1,000 gold.
Okay.
It's like that Order of the Stick comic where they go into town and the townspeople are all like, adventurers, quick! And then they all like start putting up signs, like just raising their prices by like 300%. Yeah.
Kind of like that, yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Anything else you need from from?
I mean,
Randolph.
I only had 8 options.
Right.
Well, I mean,
And you can blame the various other groups for this.
but I mean, there was an event,
Yeah.
things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really trying to blame anyone. I'm just,
Yeah.
we're
Well,
gonna echo,
legitimately,
we
you
might-
can blame the Saturday morning group. They're the ones who actually triggered the traps and blew everything up.
That sounds like them, to be fair. Well, Echo, we
For
might
shame.
need.
I'm good. I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
I think I have everything I came to get.
I mean, I got everything that I mostly wanted. I did want some other niche potions, but I don't know if I don't really think I have an easy way to get where I'd want to go.
Right.
I don't think we have anything to teleport there with any ease.
Okay.
So
Where do you want to go?
Central Wall?
Yeah, I mean, give me a day or two. I can get you to the central wall.
Yeah, there's that. Remember that? We met that potion guy and we sold him the recipe for unstable healing potions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And he is quite the crafter of potions. So,
Do you remember his name?
oh God, no.
Oh well, I can get us to the central wall anyway.
Yeah, let's plan that in the future here. We can get people there back to town or any other shopping they need. I just needed some. Oh, well, before
at this point, you have completed your meditation.
Yay!
actually thinking about this.
Congratulations. I envy you.
Question, Echo.
Uh-huh.
Simulacrum. Can you cast that? I know you made one of Tetradinidae. Would you, if you made one of me, would that erase that one?
Yes.
Taking care of the temple?
Yeah, we'd lose
Yeah.
pseudo-Dinidae.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
we'd lose test 2 for sure.
No,
Okay,
pseudo.
okay.
No, I like
Pseudo-Dinidae.
pseudo-Dinidae a bit more.
Yeah, pseudo Dinidae. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we would lose pseudo Dinidae.
I would
There
like-
are ways around that, but
I'll just buy scrolls. If Judith
More
has them.
complicated.
Of simulacrum, she would not
Yeah.
have. There's a
Mr.
reason
Verm
she does
have
not have
one?
them.
Break the game.
Well, no. Knick-Knack buys them.
Oh, yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Does Mr. Verm have any?
No, he would not. The only place that could have them would be her, and Knick-Knack
All
buys
right.
her out. She's not.
Could I get a scroll of Soul Cage?
She would have that.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Echo, we're talking about. I wanted to leave a copy of me here in Nausea, which is the reason why I wanted that scroll, just in case something were to happen.
Yeah.
We're busy, but in case the Jozo's Eye comes and attacks again, I wanted to leave at least something of me here. So hopefully we'll have to come up with something in the future for that, or find a.
I can do it, but it's a complicated process. I can do it, but we do need a scroll of simulacrum, and it'll just take a little while to get there. That's all.
Okay. Well, we'll deal with that as we deal with that.
Okay.
But yeah, I just want to. That's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
But,
Ricard. You're not going to find those potions here.
All good.
Well, it's almost like we have teleport and can go check other shops too, or do we
Yeah.
just sleep overnight and see if they restock?
I mean, that's more.
No,
That's
we-
more. We're talking about the what's it
Yeah,
called?
we'll jump to another. We'll jump to another city.
Yeah, we can go to
Yeah.
Central Wall, knickknacks, paddywhacks.
Oh yeah, knick-knack shop's also there.
Yeah,
So-
the next shop is there. He doesn't have as much stuff as other places, but yeah.
Yeah, we just prefer these people because we have a relationship with them.
Mhm. And Knick-Knack's a
Knick-knack
bit of an asshole.
is all business.
Yeah.
All the time.
No
which, I
discounts,
mean-
ever.
No discounts, but it's hit and miss with him.
Yeah.
Plus everyone hates him, including the gods, everything else, and kind of makes me happy to shop there because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can hit another shop. But I'm done here in Nausha, I think.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
If everybody's done, we will teleport back to the Endless Pinnacle.
Awesome. So, as you
I
guys...
tell you what, you keep that spell slot. I'll use one of mine and do Word of Recall.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys recall back. Bam. And as you guys appear, Sweet August Rose and Brennan are currently having a chat, and we're going to go ahead and
What?
cover that as the last thing we do for the evening.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
that could be the last thing we do.
Oh, we'll see how long it takes.
so
Okay.
I don't know if she's come down yet. So
She has.
uh,
They were there for a
well,
long time.
when she was up there, so okay, the character is going to use, or the player, me, Michael, is going to use the Staff of Flowers to say that while she was up there, a bed of black roses grew up, sprouted beneath her as she was meditating
Okay.
on this spot on the top of the mountain.
Okay.
She
like
didn't
that.
do it in. She didn't do it in character. It was, but just mechanically, she
Sure.
can do that with the staff. Yeah, she is gonna stand up and stretch. She just finished. As she was meditating, she was breathing in, respiring her ki, and the world was breathing with her. No one was there to see it, unfortunately, but she just stands up and smiles, and she is going to leap off the mountain.
Awesome.
I mean, that does what happens when you reach enlightenment. You realize everything in the world is no fun. Nope, she's gonna leap off the mountain.
Oh, Eric, before we left Nausha,
Yes, sir.
Amer would have bought a bag of pork products from Gual.
Very well. Spend your 1 gold.
Yeah, my 1 gold on pork products.
I'll
Awesome.
roll the. It's
Got it.
20. I believe it's 20d6 falling damage.
20d6
Is max.
falling damage. Will Sweet August Rose die?
No, she takes no damage. Because of Monk's Low Fall. So yeah, she stands up, sprints, and backflips off the top of that tower. And she uses the wind to make sure she doesn't hit the cliffs as it goes down.
Yep.
And she lands right near where she left all her stuff.
Awesome.
And yeah, smiling, she puts everything back on. Her hair is still loose, but she'll fix that later. And
I do
she
need a
walks.
performance check.
All right, that's not nearly as good, unfortunately. Hey, look at that, pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You made it look good if anyone had seen it.
I want to say
Yeah.
Ricard's out there when he's about to put a peanut in his mouth, and Rose just lands there and he just drops it.
But yeah, she picks up all her stuff and heads into the cavern, the cave,
Sure.
the
Interior.
interior. Yeah, she's there sorting all her stuff if Brendan wants to talk to her.
Yeah, Brennan's kind of, you can tell he's been waiting a little bit and ready for conversation. So he's just standing there and sees Sweet August Rose. So he walks over to her and says, you remember when we were on that boat and I tried meditating with you that forever ago, and that's what you were doing up there, right?
Yes, I was.
Well, I have to be honest, meditating doesn't do anything for me. But I have been reflecting, after a conversation with Echo, my views on dragons, for instance, have undergone a significant shift in understanding what they are and how there can be more than prey, but even in them being prey, how that challenge is something can be somewhat noble as opposed to just a task to complete. Even encountering my father and how boring magic can be, seeing him use magic, has even brought me on some reflection on that. So, speaking of the boat, though, I just thinking about reflection in your meditation, but I have this Kraken's tooth, and I remember you liked carving things. I think you carved something when we were on the ship actually for a while.
Oh yeah.
So Brendan holds out
hobby,
this Kraken's tooth, and he says, it's not a whale's tooth, but is this something that you'd be interested in?
Of course. Is there anything you would like me to carve?
Brendan thinks about that for a moment and says, "No, I'm interested to see what you come up with."
Okay, I can do that. I'm glad you engaged in self-reflection, Brennan.
Yeah, and so Brennan goes to, holds his hand out with the tooth in it.
Oh, she takes it. Yeah, it's an
So
important thing to realize that nothing is eternal. Eternity is transient by its very nature.
when she goes to take it, it disappears.
Oh?
And Brennan says, magic's not so bad after all.
So you're gonna start casting magic like Echo and Aimer?
No, not like them, but I suppose if I was going to confide in somebody in the group about expanding my horizons, I figured you might be the person to do that. And I had one other thing too before they get back. I wanted to express. I've heard Ricard talk about his father a lot, and you were there when I met my father, and he wasn't. You know what that was like. And it's not that I'm worried or concerned about Ricard. He can take care of himself. But, I do have empathy for what he's feeling. And I don't want him to get tied up in trying to configure himself or portray himself through the vision of his father, or use this as some type of goal that if he finds out he's not alive or not that great, it's gonna hurt him. I don't know what to do about that, but it's just something else I've been pondering too.
He thinks about it. Well, ultimately, however he reacts, that's up to him. But if he finds out that his father's actions have hurt him somehow, I can only offer him the advice of ultimately that doesn't change anything really about who he is. The person we were yesterday dies in that day. There's only the moment. So worrying about the past is really unimportant.
Amar's voice echoes in your mind saying, "Tell that to the police."
If he's hurt by the things he'll discover when we go to South Cove, or I'm sorry, is it South Cove?
Yes, that's
yes, yeah. If he's hurt by the things we discover when we go to South Cove, the best thing we can do is be good friends to him.
Well,
Ultimately,
yeah. You say that, and I think the last time that we had to go around painting a death mask, I had brought that up about. It's funny, we can talk about the multiple times that we've had to do that, I suppose. But I think I recall saying something along those lines of how this group had, become somewhat of a family for myself. And I think in reflection, without me knowing it, I think that the wilderness too was my sanctuary for a while. And, it's just that I believe that my father could bring closure. And I've realized that, that type of thing comes from within. And for me, even going through this dragon's layer, I've kind of been able to embrace the nature of things and the ecosystems. And I understand his desire to meet his father. It's valid. I just want him to know his goals are his. And again, it's not concern. It's more just out of things that I've had to learn.
When he talks about how the happiness comes from within, she beams at that and puts her hand on his shoulder and just says, Brennan, that is an incredibly wise thing you said. Peace comes from within, and it can't be sought elsewhere in the world. So yes, ultimately, like I said, the best thing we can do is be there for each other and help each other find their own happiness within themselves.
Bren just nods and says, "Thanks. Would you like that Kraken's tooth? I have it in my bag."
Yes, if you'd like. Perhaps I'll. Since that was a shared moment with all 6 of us, perhaps I'll make a relief of our fight with the Kraken on the tooth.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Then Brennan will go get that tooth.
She just smiles at that magic. Oh, I guess I'm the only non-nerd left.
So that's when the group would reappear.
The first thing Aimer does is he goes to Rose and says, "Hey Rose, I brought you something."
Oh, what's that, Aimer?
He hands you a container of pork fried rice.
Oh, thank you.
There may or may not be a fortune cookie in there. I know how much you care about that kind of stuff. Gual didn't really say. He just handed me this container when I asked for it.
Well, oh, the pig mage.
Yeah, the pig druid. Orc druid,
Yeah.
technically, but yeah.
Yes, Horcus Porcus, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aimer. I appreciate it. I
And-
haven't eaten in months, but it's a thought that counts.
The thought I gotta take this from you. The thought wasn't good, okay? And here's your gold. And he
Thank
hands you the stack of gold.
Did anything interesting happen while you guys were away?
Fireboiler may or may not be dead.
Oh, really? She actually looks concerned at that.
I don't know, like his shop was blown up. The
How did that
Jozo's
happen?
eye. I think it was the Jozo's eye invading Nausea.
The Joseph's Eye invaded Nausea?
Oh yeah, they did.
Well, if you'd like, I could try and scry him in the morning.
I guess we could do that. That actually might be a bad idea.
That's probably a good idea. Farboiler is an incredibly useful asset.
It was the shop. There were a lot of footprints. Looks like 2 different sets of people went in there. So I'm not sure who caused what exactly.
Well, going back to what you said earlier, the Joseph's Eye attacked Nausea, was it because we stole Star Shatter?
They didn't. No one stated that specifically. I don't really know why. Apparently, it was 14 ships. So I feel like.
Not
And
insignificant.
they're also attacking South Cove, which we might run into them there, and Ryport. I don't particularly care about the Roman King or South Cove, although I mean Ricard wants to go to South Cove. But I think we should probably be concerned with them maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm not personally. I need to go raise their city after attacking Nausea, but I mean, like, I can calm down my rage murdering some of them in South Cove or Ryport till then,
Keep in mind, we attacked that. What was it? A mortuary? Tomb? That tomb of theirs, and that was quite the ordeal. And that was only, admittedly, their elite guards, but still.
Why would they attack South Cove, though.
I have no idea.
That's Corlin territory, technically.
I've never been there. I know nothing about the city.
I'm just saying,
I
it's
can roll
different
history
nations.
checks. In fact, all of you can roll history checks on this one, except for Ricard. Ricard cannot.
I actually have
Ricard-
history now.
Yeah, Ricard rolls future check. Yeah. Yeah.
Ricard will look over Rose's shoulder and point at the pork fried rice and be like, "You gonna eat that?"
Here you go. Yeah, she just hands it to him.
So, for Echo Rex, Sweet August Rose, and Aimer, it does make sense that Brennan and Tester today wouldn't know this, but Shu has been at war with Corlin for many years.
Yeah.
And currently has been fighting off the Corlinites because the Corlinites attempt to enter Shu looking for resources because most of Corlin is a desert. And the reason that the Josezai might hit South Cove is because of a rumored recent influx of Mosabian cultists.
Always Masaba. Fucking.
If you'd like to find out what happens with that, find out day after tomorrow.
And then they might run into my cleric. Who lives in South
Well,
Cove.
you know, if we're gonna try to restore Rickard to his titles, fending off a Josezai invasion might put us in the good graces of whoever's in there in charge right now. When we inevitably,
can we just go there and kill him anyway?
what, the Josezai? I have zero problems with that.
And the question we have to ask ourselves is the territory that Ricard would be taking over, would they be seeing him as the rightful and good king come to free us like King Richard in the Disney Robin Hood, or is he going to be the usurper taking down their beloved king?
I will tell you right now, as I've been to South Cove a few times, work, you must understand. It's very. How do I want to state this? As I said, the
Ellie?
laws as written, there's no spirit of the law there. For instance, I couldn't walk up and punch someone in the face because I can't harm them, but I could lock them in a force cage and have nothing happen because I didn't technically harm them.
So one other concern is that if we're going strictly by the law, if Ricard had family who then inherited the title and passed it down, if someone has become declared king and then someone pops up and says, actually, I'm the great grandfather, I'd like to be king. Well, tough shit. We have a new king.
I mean, that I don't know the laws very well, so you could actually be correct.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. There's a reason that Ricard was probably really good with the bagels because his whole family's tree is probably inbred.
It might very well be.
Oh my
Not
god.
supposed to laugh at that one, guys.
God.
Ricard doesn't really understand the joke. He's just nodding along. Yeah.
But also the city guardians are giant metal golem type things. They're not the nicest. Oh, I guess they're ugly, but they will just act, and you're really powerless to stop them. So it's one of those ones where everyone needs to be on their best behavior, not just me. Also, don't go out at night. Well, last I knew, don't go out at night. I haven't been there in a while. Things change.
Yeah, everything changes. So, I mean, that seems like a plan. If repelling a Josezai invasion to put Rickard in people's good graces. Of course, Rickard, this is all up to you. If you don't want to go back to your home.
I mean, I need to know more about if it doesn't belong to my family anymore or not,
I mean, it
We
seems like the
can,
best place to learn.
I told you I would research and think about how you could see perhaps your father or your homeland through the eye of Kydra, because it doesn't look like you can do it by yourself. And I think I've come up with a way to do that. We won't be able to do it until tomorrow, of course, but I should be able to extend my senses um, to you, so that you could see through my eyes as I'm looking through the eye of Kydra. I think that's possible.
Okay.
And so tomorrow we can try to look and see. I don't know, maybe view your father or view your homeland and see what state they're in, and maybe find out more about what you want to do.
Sure. And I mean, even if we can't find out exactly what's going on, it sounds like helping these people out by repelling whatever invasion you're talking about might put us in good graces anyway. So, sounds like a
Or
good game.
Or we could just kill him for fun.
Trust me, the Josephi, when it comes to conscious-free killing, the Josephi are some of the best targets around.
But speaking of targets, there is one thing we could get done tonight, which is decursing that staff. Now that we have the materials.
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see what we can do. I'm not much on the cursed side of magic, so I'll let you lead that, and I'll just assist with whatever enchanting you do.
Okay. Well, first we'd want to set up a circle of protection faced inward.
Okay.
Okay. Then we're going to be when Tessade actually goes to
Protection.
decurse the staff.
Yep, I'm just looking up
He-
Circle of Protection real quick. Which one is it? Circle of Protection? I don't have that one.
It's called Magic Circle.
Magic Circle. Okay. Got it.
Just link them in chat as you go.
Cool. Magic Circle. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm currently I'm hotspotting off my phone, so I'm like barely able to.
Oh, right.
Oh,
You're
that's
doing
right.
You're
lovely.
doing great.
Yeah.
All right, facing inwards. Okay.
Got it. Okay, Magic Circle. And then for some safety, when he does go to actually cast the Remove Curse, he is going to first invoke a Holy Aura.
Okay.
What will that do?
Divine light
That's
washes out from you and coalesces in a soft radiance in a 30-foot radius around you. They have advantage on all saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them. It's nice.
Oh,
Oh
good.
yeah, that is the ultimate support spell, just standing in the middle and yeah. Mm-hmm. And then finally, he will do a nice he will do a Remove Curse,
Awesome. Cool. So as you do
which
the
can't be
remove-
upcast, I think.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any upcasting on it.
No. All right. So
I really think it should. Like, of all the spells, like, it should.
right, it really should. I would like it if they did, but okay. So as you cast Remove Curse on this, the staff begins to straighten. The skull on the end of the staff breaks and crumbles into dust, and you hear a howling from the staff. An energy bounces around inside the magic circle. Dark, black, and green. It whirls and whirls, trying to escape the magic circle. The staff there begins straightening even more, creaking and squeaking as it straightens into a perfectly straight staff. It begins to become engraved with runes. As the ritual ends, the staff is straightened and shines beautifully. It is currently topped with a gleaming moon that shines as a beacon of light on the top of this uncorrupted and redeemed staff.
Is the energy that was bouncing around there a soul?
It
You sh-
is.
You should be able to step into the circle, I think, Amer, because it's pointing inward.
Amer will, as my reaction, since I just picked this up.
Yeah, don't let Doldrin get away. He's too dangerous to let loose.
I gotta make sure I do this correctly. It's not that spell. It is. I have way too many spells now. It's great. Okay. I will cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
I will drink a potion of advantage,
Sure.
and then I will cast Soul Cage.
Awesome.
First, let me roll my intelligence check. This is a 6th level spell, so I need to roll a 16 on my intelligence.
Ooh, he might not.
Oh yeah, I
You got
will.
it.
I didn't even need to use guidance.
Okay.
You're the man.
Awesome.
And so I actually had bought this scroll exactly for this, but not in this way.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and allow that to happen. It's not rules as written, but it's cooler this way. So we're going to allow that to function. So you managed to capture the soul in a small cage. It's a tiny cage, technically.
Amer knows to be careful of that. he knows what it is.
Yes.
You have
And
8 hours with this.
Oof.
Amer goes, and you said you wanted to make some sort of sacrifice to some gods or something, Tetsu. You can use this.
Ensure the gods ensuring that such a blasphemous individual cannot taint the hereafter would certainly be a worthy offering. Thank you, Amer.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the kind of guy. So Rose is watching this. Before she says, forgive me, I don't know much about the afterlife or souls or things like that, but that is Doldrin, is it not?
So Echo said.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Doldrin, and so hopefully Testadunidae can find a way to dispose of it, so it will never be free again. Maybe he can offer it up to the gods somehow.
Indeed. But let me just to demonstrate, and Testadunidae fishes into the pack, pulls out the small 6-inch lead box, and puts the soul cage in the lead box.
Well, can he see out of that? Does he know where he is?
I'm not going to chance it.
Well,
No,
it just seems
not until you engage it. Yeah, I think you have to engage the soul cage.
So
well, it just seems karmic.
Sensor. So, okay, hold on a minute. No, I can use it. That's how I can use it. No, it's basically just like purgatory in there for the 8 hours.
It would be karmic, I believe, to let Doldrin know the only time he ever gets to set foot in the Endless Pinnacle, which was his goal, is when he's in that gem. But I was hoping to just leave him here for a few hours to bask in that before you can.
I mean, technically,
send him on his way.
We can ask him questions and use them and whatnot, but I don't even want to give him that. Let's just,
Honestly, how about we take him to the Temple of Mikhail, so they can Mikhail, so they can do with it as they see fit.
I mean, can you ask him? How many questions can you ask him?
Technically, 5. The 6th one would release him.
So we can ask 5 questions safely. I mean, there's much we don't know about Vagradan, and if anyone knows
one question.
Okay, so we're using this rule of cool, so it doesn't. Yeah. So.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
A little bit. So, so technically, it would have to answer truthfully and to the best of the ability, but it can't write us a book. It would give us a sentence, maybe 2. And it can talk in riddles. Yeah. So
I think that's something for us each to think on our question until next week.
Yeah.
I think that's valid.
For me,
I think that's a lot of role play that we don't have time for. But what we can do is you guys can pick up that staff.
Yeah, that's interesting to see what that looks like.
That looks like this.
To be honest, honest
the
with you,
link for you guys.
I was totally thinking about doing the same kind of roleplay with the staff until we revived Echo, and then I was like, this needs to be an Echo thing.
I got a page not found error going to that link.
Ooh.
I will
I know.
share it with the community. Let's see if we can fix that. Try again.
There you go. You were
There we
talking about this earlier, Echo.
Oh, okay. So, invoke blessing. Ooh.
Very cool. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that is awesome. Bravo. That actually just makes me happy for Doug. To be 100% honest with you, Eric, seeing this makes me happy for Doug.
Who's
That's
Doug?
That's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Doug is Echo,
Yeah.
Ah.
but it makes me happy.
Oh, I thought you
for
said
that
duck,
player.
like quack quack.
Oh no! It makes me happy for the player, because I was kind of sad that he could give us role play, but he didn't get to do all this cool dragon stuff he used to do, and this gives him.
That is cool. Yep.
Yeah.
I remembered one. That's very cool.
Yeah, we had that
Yeah, I
vial
like
of
that, yeah.
dragon blood. I should have just like poured it into him when we were resurrecting him.
So that is cool that he still gets at least some of that stuff. So I'm happy.
Mhm.
Ooh, man, it's even faster than the other one because the other one was once a week.
This only lasts for a minute though.
Oh, 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. That's yeah.
Yeah, but it's still cool. It's still like Doug gets to
Yeah,
be a
it's
dragon
really
again.
cool.
So that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
On a personal level, I like to see that cool sacrificial role play be rewarded with something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that turned out,
So,
Eric. That turned out better than I was kind of hoping for. That's fantastic.
I told you I was working on it. I spent
Yeah.
a week working on this.
yeah,
I just got it
bravo.
taken care of and tested this morning. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
no, that is
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
all
Well,
right.
I'm glad we did the magic circle so we could literally snag Shadow Scar.
Yep.
I literally bought the scroll of Soul Cage.
Specifically to do that.
I thought we were gonna run into Duldrin again.
Fair enough.
I was
Yeah.
gonna do it for next time he died. I was gonna Soul Cage him. You know what I mean? Like, so it was like a
That's a great
yeah,
spell. Yeah.
yeah, preparation thing. So I was like, I got this, and so it worked out.
Yeah.
It was cool. Roleplay
So
happened.
Yeah, so we can ask our questions, and then since Aimer
one question.
has the. Say again.
We get one
question,
We get one question total.
Oh,
So
total,
that,
okay.
we're getting some light flexibility with the rule of cool for using this.
gotcha.
Okay.
So,
I mean,
all we should
because-
do, I think, is all come up with a question, then we pick out which one's best.
Yeah, rule is written. You have to catch it when the character dies, as opposed to when the soul's flying around.
Yeah.
But for rule of cool, you guys set this all up. You guys did everything right. It should work. And
Yeah.
so we
Mhm.
are glossing over that. We're just going to make it function because Tester Dinade did his part. Aimer prepped this during the shopping. You guys did everything right to make this event happen. Me going, no, that's not how it works. No, this is how it works.
Yeah, it's a soul cage. It's
Right.
a soul we put in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Soul goes in the cage.
Yeah.
Put the stall in the cage in the lead box.
Right.
In the lead box.
Don't forget the lead box protocol.
Yeah.
That in so many campaigns that has saved my ass. Where I do that and the DM goes, "Oh man, I forgot you had that."
The lead box won't prevent the soul from being released after 8 hours. However, you guys do have 8 hours. And it
Right,
cannot
and
be
the-
scryed upon, etc.
Right, and the idea is we ask their question and then we hop this over to the Temple of MKL, and say,
I don't-
"Hey,
No, if you ask
Well-
the question, it's gone.
oh, if we ask the question, it's gone."
Mm.
Oh shit! Never mind then.
Yeah,
No. Then yeah. If we ask the question, it's good. No. Get rid of him. It's not worth it.
I'd say taking him to the Temple of MKL and saying, "Hey, we have the soul of the one who was involved in a supreme blasphemy against the gods themselves. It's in, I think, everyone's interest that he's not able to be returned from the dead.
Yep.
Can you put this on divine ice for a few millennia?"
Yeah.
Is that like going to the landfill with nuclear waste and saying, "Hey, I got this barrel here. Can you guys just?"
So
Pretty much.
I would not
Are you able to
know.
say
I
either
don't
MK
regularly make trips to the landfill with nuclear waste. I'm sorry that you guys have that experience.
MK or Usul would also be a good one as one of the pinnacle gods of light.
If you want to do the elf thing, I can send you the 2 elf gods that would be the ones to talk to if you want to do it. Ultimately it's Tetsu's choice because he's the god guy. So,
Aimer only likes MKL. If you hadn't got
Yep.
that,
and that's
Yeah.
fine. I think offering this up as a sacrifice to MKL, and all they have to do is pretty much put him on ice for 200 years till he's outside the true resurrection window, and then they can let it go. So it's not like they're doing any blasphemy. They're just ensuring that this guy doesn't come back, and they have the
That's
absolute
MKL.
resources to make sure that happens.
Yeah,
MKL
sure.
would probably do it. I don't really know. He's haven't come across that. 'Cause usually, if the soul is willing, will let it go. But we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
This guy was involved with Vagradan. That kind of negates his protection, so to speak.
MKL, everyone's equal before MKL, so we'll see. He has a very unique perspective.
That's more what
Everyone's equal, but he's still not going to play nice with someone who tries to flip the board.
probably not.
Maybe, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see.